All right. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the internet or whatnot, but yeah, the live crashed. So I'm just gonna talk right now. I know that we were supposed to do like a live session where we just talk about random things. So I just want to make a new live. So if anyone wants to join in, we could just talk a little bit here and there and just go from there. Also when I do a new live, it probably pop back up with the old live as well. So, what's up, Ed? So, guess what happened, guys? So, what happened was the last live stream, the last live stream messed up. So, I don't know what happened. So, I was on live stream for like almost 2 hours and it kind of messed up. So, I remember that people wanted to do no, I remember people were saying that they wanted to do like a talk live stream where people just talk about random things. So I was like, maybe I should just do it today because the last live stream crashed. Um, wait, you're in a bad mood? What happened, Ed Pond? What happened to you, Ed Pond? Why you in a bad mood for Ed Pond? Us Mods had a lot fun talking to each other. No, a bad moderator. I was thinking the same. No, it was just Ashley. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the internet or if it was a lot of stuff going on, but I had to get on live again just to see where it was going. But what's up, where everybody? How's everybody doing? Where are all you guys from? By the way, where's everybody from? By the way, all right. I know that Alicia is from Mass, right? Alicia, you're from Mass. Um, Where are you guys from? Oh, and my Goyas is from Los Angeles, New York. Okay. India, Ohio. All right. Let's see, Montreal, Jamaica. Oh yeah, Diane Anderson. I remember you from a long time ago. Diane Anderson's popped on my first ever live stream ever when I first started my live stream. But that was the first time. I think I only had what, like 60 subs at the time. And I remember Diane was actually the first one that was on for a while, you know. You know what, Ashley, I can do you know what I can do for you guys? Hold on. All right, let me just answer some people's questions and then what I can do for you guys is shh, I'm gonna do this quick live stream for you guys and then let's call it a night because I just want to do a live stream for you guys and then we're gonna get off, all right? Because I feel bad for the people I missed out on. Okay. Um wait, wait, let me just answer some questions first. Hold on. You said Ray Spiritual Awakening said, "Hey, how have you been?" I've been doing good, but I'm feeling like, what's crazy? I feel like because Ashley is kind of really weird, but I want to tell you a story. So, you know how like I kept saying that I'm a special ed teacher right now, right? But technically I'm not supposed to be a special ed teacher. My certification is actually supposed to be in general education. So actually supposed to be teaching like kids without disabilities. But I went into the district helping kids with special needs, and I went into school for general education, but I went to teach special ed kids to get my foot in the door. So now what is going on is I needed to retake a science course because for whatever reason, the New York State certification is like bullshit. Like they don't want me to do environmental science, so they want me to pay for another course to go back to school and get that science class out of the way, and then I will also have to do 40 days of teaching in a general education classroom. However, I do not believe that my school district want me to leave my special ed classroom because they don't have no special ed teachers right now. And technically, I'm not supposed to be special ed certified. I'm supposed to be gen ed certified. So I'm just covering for a special ed class right now. But technically I'm finding a way out. Like I'm trying my best to like ask them to have me out of the system, but they're not letting me out of the system because they want me to be in this general educate this special ed class because there's nobody that wants to do special ed at this time. Nobody wants to do special ed. So me working in special ed for so long, I have the skills to be a special ed teacher. However, I did not go to school for special ed. I went to school for gen ed. You see what I'm trying to say? And I'm trying to say, damn, it's crazy. I think a new chapter started in my life because I never signed a contract. So I never signed a contract as a long-term sub. I'm just helping the kids in special ed right now. However, these people do not want me to leave. They want me to stay in this special ed class because I'm actually a really good teacher, even though I'm not certified in special ed. But they want me really badly, and I'm just like, you know what? This is not my specialty. This is not my certification area. And I want out. I didn't sign a contract with them. So I'm actually free to go if I wanted to, but this district do not want me to leave. They don't want me to leave. So I'm basically in a bind right now with my school district for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I'm not gonna say too much about the school because just in case. But yeah, they want me stuck within this situation. Um but I am ready for a new position. I don't like to trap myself in a situation. All right. I don't want to trap in a situation that I'm not called for. All right. Um, but yeah, what is everybody's jobs? What do you guys do for a living? What do you guys do for a living, by the way? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I think I got the two of swords. So what is everybody's jobs, by the way? OnlyFans. Oh wait, you did say social work. How is your job as a social worker, by the way? For Ed Pond. You work in dietary for Race Spiritual Awakenings. Um, so what is the thing that you like about your job? What is something that makes you very happy about your job, by the way? Like what do you guys like about your job? It's hard. Yeah. I feel like social workers have it really hard. It kind of reminds me of like a guidance counselor in a way. In a way, it is rewarding. It's kind of like special ed in a way, where it's rewarding, but it's hard to deal with because I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gotten my ass beat a couple times. Like I've gotten scratched up, I've gotten kicked, I've gotten pushed. I've dealt with a lot of shit. Um, but it takes a lot to be a special ed teacher. It does, but it is what it is. I gotta say, I'm a soldier, so I do what I gotta do to make a living, right? But wait, let me just read customer. I just want to see what you guys are talking about right now. All right, so at pond is very hard, right? It's very hard. Patience is key. Yes, it is key. Ramadi Carr says she's preparing for medicine. So you're going for nursing or doctor for Celine Jones, though you're a veterinarian. Oh shoot, you know what? Growing up, I've always wanted to be a veterinarian. I think you know what's crazy? When I was younger, I've changed my profession at least 10 times when I was younger. So you know how back in the day when you was a kid, they ask you in elementary school, they'd be like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I literally said that I wanted to be a veterinarian one day, and then the next day I wanted to be a principal. Then the next day I want to be an officer. Then the next day I wanted to be a teacher. It just started. It kept changing, and then in high school, I didn't know what I was good at, but then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into teaching because I actually looked up to my history teachers, and I actually really wanted to be a history teacher. I actually really wanted to be a history teacher, but then I went for childhood education 1 through 6. So, yeah. So I started changing my occupation like over 10 times. Yeah. So what made you become a social worker, by the way? Like when I'm working, I'm also thinking about solving problems with tech, and I'm just like, it's so much money being here. So Ray Spiritual Awakenings, you are it encourages me to continue going to school for computer engineering. I love everything about it. You know what I gotta say? If you are passionate about something, don't give up about the situation, because no matter how long it takes or no matter how much money it costs, what people can't take away from you, they can't take away your papers, right? They can't take away your education. They really can't. Um People can try to stop you, but they can't take away what you have successfully done. All right. So I gotta say, for Ray Spiritual Awakenings, if you're passionate about computer technology, go for it, because I gotta say that computer tech is actually very rare, and not a lot of people go for technology. Not a lot of people go for technology. I do want to say that for that situation. Sanya, you're an architect. What? So how did you get into architect? That's crazy. How did you get into architect for Sanya? Hey, what's up, Z? How you doing, Z? All right. How you doing, Z? Sorry, guys, my last live stream got cut off, but I just want to do a a actual like a pure on live stream for you guys, just to get to know each other, you know what I mean? My live stream has been kind of funny, but it has also been kind of serious, so I kind of just want to do a live stream where we could just like talk to each other, like a meet and greet. Yeah, a meet and greet. That's right. Um I got to say that what got you into architect for I am Shrina. No, not I am Shrina, sorry. I'm doing good, Z. I'm doing good, Z. I'm glad to got to meet you guys and really got to know you more, because I've always wanted to do like a live stream just to talk to you guys in general, but I've always built my live stream on tarot readings. So I was like, you know what, let me just try to do something different tonight, because since the live stream got cut off, I'd rather just do like a live stream for you guys and to talk together. So what are you guys goals, by the way? What are you guys planning on doing in the next 5 years? Like, what are you guys looking forward to? It get old too sometimes, I bet. Your parents were architect? Wait, am I wrong to think that is an architect somebody that like builds homes or builds buildings and stuff, or am I wrong? Wait, is an architect someone that makes a statue? Now this might be a stupid question, but is an architect someone that builds like statue and stuff for Sanya? Oh, that's what an architect is. Okay, cuz I I sound a little bit stupid, but yeah, I think that they draw them to retire and be in a relationship with ex. Looking forward to mastering controlling your energy through Taiwanese yoga. Wow, you want to go to yoga for Raise Spiritual Awakenings? That's really awesome. You know what's crazy? I think yoga is really good for you. Yoga is really good. It's gonna balance your energy a lot. I have to say that yoga is really good for you, for sure. Um, you know what's crazy? And this is gonna be funny, but I'm gonna make you guys laugh, right? So back in the day, I did a Tai Chi class. Yes, yes, yes. I did a Tai Chi class too for at AdPon. I did a Tai Chi class in the past, and guess what happened? Um, I took a Tai Chi class with my older sister, right? And you know what's funny? I took it during community college and I took it for credit. But what happened was, it's crazy, but I was stiff as hell. I was stiff as fuck, okay, when I was doing Tai Chi. And every time the professor walked around and he was kind of like saying seeing who's stiff and who's not, right? And my sister was doing really well. Like my sister was doing really well, and he gave her ass an A. Like I think that she's meant to get an A, but I shouldn't have gotten a B. I think I should have gotten a C. But I think he felt bad for me because I think he knew that I was my sister's brother. So he gave me a B, and I was stiff as hell. I don't know how to detach, but I gotta say that um, I'm like a fucking robot. I'm like a fucking robot. Like my hand and eye coordination is not that good. So if I ever played a sport, it's not really that good. Um, my favorite sport is actually volleyball and badminton and soccer. So I'm not really good at any sport. I'm not really good at any sport. Um, Oh my God. Do the shaky leg, do the shaky leg, do the shaky leg. No, but I'm not good at sports. Star Angel Terror, I do believe I gave you your reading. Yes, the Knicks is going to win tonight for 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 yeah, for Star Angel Terror, yes, the Knicks is gonna win tonight. So yeah, what are you guys doing in the next 5 years? In the next 5 years, what do you want to do? So I know you guys might not believe me, but I am gonna be in my mid 30s, right? I'm 34 right now. I'm turning 35. I'm turning 35 in November. I'm getting fucking old, okay? I'm getting fucking old. But I gotta say that life has taught me a lot. Life has taught me a lot. I went through a lot of failures in my life. I actually went through a lot of failures at school. I wasn't the brightest. I wasn't the smartest. I've always been a C and B student. I was never tested for autism, or I was never tested for like any disability, because my parents were very old school. Also, they were also from another country as well, so they never believed in disability, or they never believed in autism or anything like that. So I never got tested for it, but I do have to say I might have autism or I might have ADHD. I don't know, but I was never like really a I was never really a straight A student. I was never a straight A student. And I do want to let people know that you can be successful not being the brightest in the bunch, all right? You don't have to be the brightest in the bunch to succeed. You can succeed as long as you're persistent, right? Um what brings me to tarot? You know, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. What brought me to tarot was I kind of dibble and dabble a little bit in spirituality, but I wasn't really locked into tarot for a while. I was actually dibbling and dabbling into like tarot, and I was really looking into birth chart readings. Now, I'm also really good at birth chart readings as well. I started learning birth chart readings a couple years ago, but I got into tarot because my sister, she said that, "Oh, can you kind of do a run for me in tarot?" So I bought my first tarot cards. I think last year I bought my first tarot cards, right? And then I started doing tarot readings. And my sister was like, "Hey, you know that your tarot readings are pretty accurate, and the way you done your readings is really like legit. Like it's really legit. This is what I'm going through right now." And that's how it got me into tarot readings, because my sister actually told me to do tarot readings on her. And then she was like, "You know what? You're actually really legit." Because I didn't want it to go. I Can I tell you guys the truth? Can I tell you guys the truth? I really did not want to go in tarot. I did not want to do this channel. I did not want to do tarot readings. I felt like I wasn't gonna be successful in this channel. Um, I felt like I was a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared of putting myself um in this position. I was a little bit scared to be out and about and to be putting myself on live stream. However, I gotta say that I don't believe that I thought that I wasn't going to be successful. Don't get me wrong. I've always felt like I'm a really big perfectionist. So when I do something, I really want to do it 100%, right? So I feel like I felt like I thought that this channel wasn't going to be successful. So I didn't want to do this channel at first. And I also wanted to let you guys all know that I did not want to put myself out there like this because growing up I was kind of an introvert and I was also really like I was always a really weird kid. Like I was always by myself. I always did things on my own and um I faced a lot of like bullies too, growing up. People might not believe that, but when I was younger, I got bullied by my own family. I got bullied by people at my school. A lot of shit goes on when you're younger, but when you get older, you just don't really pay attention to that stuff, right? Um, and I learned through a lot of confidence. I do want to let you know that I learned confidence by going to college. I really did learn how to break out when I went to college because I went to community college for a while and then I went to has anybody heard SUNY Oswego? Has anyone heard the college SUNY Oswego? That is a college by the lake Oswego, right? By the lake. I went to that college with my older brother and we dormed together and we had really different personalities. Like we're night and day. Like my older brother, he is somebody that could get along with anybody. However, with me, I'm the type of person I'm very particular about the people I hang out with. I don't always trust people because I had a lot of traumas in my past, so I don't always trust people. So I do want to tell you a story. So I've learned how to be very confident with myself because I went and break out and break away from my family for a while. I went to school and you know in teaching they make you like record yourself and they make you teach in front of a whole classroom. So what happened was, I started teaching in the front of a whole classroom and the whole front of kids, and they make you record yourself. They make you record yourself and the way you teach students, right? And that way they grade you out of a grading of A through F, right? If you end up getting an F, you failed the class. So I actually ended up getting like a C in my class, whatever. I don't really give a fuck as long as I pass my class, right? But I say that I learned through confidence by going to college because they made you record yourself and they made you do a lot of meetings as well. And then in my job now, I actually do a lot of meetings with parents and teachers, which made me really become very confident with the way I talk on the phone or the way I talk on camera. Those are the reason why I am very confident. Now, people might think that I'm very confident on the live stream, but actually, I have never really been that confident. I do want to let you guys know that, okay? You guys can always break out of your shell as long as you keep practicing, right? I do want to let you guys know that. So, if you're not confident with yourself right now and you're scared to do content creation, I do want to let you guys know that you guys are able to do that. You guys can break away from that shyness, all right? For whoever needs that. But yeah, this is actually a meet and greet. I just wanted to get to know you guys a little bit more. All right, let me read what you guys are saying right now. Somebody said that you are young. Wait, Janice Moses said that you are young. You are young. Well, I mean, I am young, but I am in that stage where I feel like I'm a little bit later than my peers. I feel like I want to start a family by now, or I should start a family by now. But I understand that everyone's life is different. You can't follow by everybody else's time frame, right? but you just got to be patient with finding love. I feel like at this time in my life I should be having a couple kids by now, but I don't. I've been single. I've been single as a Pringle for a very long time, but that's because I really am more concerned about my own life right now, and I'm more concerned about my success. So I don't believe in you know, in time, like in due time, love is gonna come in at the right time, right? But I have to say that I'm gonna be that old dad. I'm gonna be that old dad. And I want to say that I'm kind of scared of having kids in my 40s because if I have kids in my 40s, I think about this often. I think about what if my kids are in the 20s and they're going to college and like a freaking grandpa by the time I have kids. Um but yeah, that's what I'm a little bit scared of. I'm a little bit scared of that. Have you ever traveled in any other country? Have you ever traveled to any other country? Um, I gotta say that I have traveled to another country. I've traveled to Canada when I was 5 or 6. I went to Canada, and then I also traveled to France because I have family in France as well. I have family in France, so my cousins got married a couple years ago, and I went to France in the year 2022. So yeah, I have family in France as well, and I went to France in 2022 for my cousin's wedding. So I went to two countries, so Canada and France. I do want to eventually go to like Greece. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Portugal. I actually kind of want to go to like I kind of want to go to like somewhere that's clean, like Singapore, the Philippines. Um, yeah, I want to go to anywhere that's like really nice. All right. You lived in Greece for 8 years. Then I have some. Raise spiritual awakenings. You're funny as hell. When I reincarnate as a man. Oh, that's a good question for raise spiritual awakenings. Do you guys believe in past lives? And what do you guys think that you were? What did you guys think that you guys were in your past life? Did you guys ever had a dream, or did you guys ever felt like you guys were something else in your past life? That's a really good question, Ray Spiritual Awakenings. So, do you guys believe that you guys were something else in your past life, and how did you guys feel like? Either 633. I feel like I was a magician or seer. Did you ever had a dream, or did you ever had a feeling like you've done some sort of magic in your past? For either 633. All right. For either 633. Raised spiritual awakenings. I lived in Greece for almost 8 years. Um for Celine, right? Some heal kind of thing, I guess. So you know what's crazy? If you guys were a healer in your past, that can actually mean that you guys can also be a healer in this lifetime too. For you guys, if you guys were a healer in your past, you guys will probably be a healer in this lifetime as well. Um, I do want to tell you guys a story, but I gotta say that I went to a monk before. I went to a monk before. Thank you, Ed Pon. I went to a monk before, and they actually told me that in my past life I was also actually a monk as well, which is kind of weird. But now I kind of believe why I've had like my spiritual awakening as well. Like I started doing tarot and stuff is because I've also did spiritual things as well in my past life. So, and I do want to let people know that you have multiple lifetimes as well. It is not just one lifetime, it's more than one lifetime. And I do believe in one of my life I was also a prince as well. So I one of my lifetime I was a monk, And then another of my lifetime, I was a prince. And then another lifetime, I was actually one of those things flying in the sky. You know those little Cupid angels that flies in the sky, right? You guys know what that is? Um, my mom actually had a dream of me when my mom had a dream of me before she gave birth to me. My mom had a dream of me in my past life, and she had a dream of me that I was flying in the air and I had baby wings. I had baby wings. And this is a funny story. I had baby wings and I was flying in the sky, and my mom was in the military in that dream. She was in the military in that dream, and then she was like hiding in the trenches or something while she was in the military. And then all of a sudden, um, I was flying back and forth. I was flying back and forth as like a baby angel, and she told me a story that I dropped a diaper on her head. I dropped a diaper on her head, and that's when she knew that she was getting pregnant. She knew she was getting pregnant because I was flying in the air and I dropped a diaper on her head, and then she woke up and she's like, "Oh, holy shit, I think I'm gonna get pregnant." And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, she found out that she got pregnant. No, guys, I'm not lying to you guys. This is the truth. My mom told us the story all the time. She's like, you know, you're probably one of those kids in the in the Italy chapel, Italian chapel thingy, the religious chapel in Italy. She's like, you're probably one of those kids that's flying in the sky because I had a dream about you. She goes, she goes, you had really dark curly hair and you were really pale and you was flying in the sky. You had angel wings and you just dropped your diaper on me one day. And I started laughing, but yeah, my mom had a dream of me too. So what was your dream? You don't know me. What was your dream for you don't know me? What did your mom have a dream of? Ooh, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys believe in like mythical creatures and stuff? Do you guys believe in like aliens and mermaids and dragons and anything like that? Do you guys believe in that stuff? Because I really believe in those stuff. I really believe in those stuff. I really believe in those stuff. Now call me crazy, but uh I do know that I believe that these things exist for sure. You know how like if you guys never believe in ghosts before, if you guys never believe in ghosts before, then there's other spirits that are out there. It's not just ghosts that exist alongside us. There are other mythical creatures that exist alongside us, but we don't know that. You know, like in Ireland, how they believe in like the little elves and the little gnomes and the little fairies and stuff. Those are actually real. Those are actually real. Like they live in like their own portal and stuff. But sometimes people that have this tie to those fairies, they end up falling into the portal and they end up meeting like those leprechauns and stuff at the time. And then all of a sudden they come back to their human life portal, and then they feel like they were living in a dream, and they're just like, holy shit, did I really just see like an elf or like a leprechaun? But the truth is, there's actually other portals in our world, and kind of like the Bermuda Triangle too. Now, you guys might be thinking like I'm crazy or whatnot, but you guys know like the Bermuda Triangle as well is like people gone missing in the Triangle, and you don't know where they have went, right? They probably went to like another portal that nobody know of. It's creepy. It's creepy, but it's true though. There's actually a lot of portals. There's actually a lot of portals in the Earth realm. There is a lot of portals in the Earth realm that people may not know about. My mom was holding me. I was shining gold, and she had a friend in collage in the dream that it is kind and sweet, soft spoken, and she thought my daughter is going to be like him. So, so that means for you don't know me, maybe, so maybe your mom had manifested you in a dream. So maybe your mom manifested you in a dream. So she probably manifested you like as some sort of character or like some sort of model or something like that for you don't know me that may be coming in for you. Um for blessings. I think there is a kid ghost and my daughter has seen a woman ghost similar to my figures upstairs. Yeah, I do want to let you guys know this, but you know that spirits can shapeshift? Spirits can shapeshift. So if you see a spirit and they pretend to like be you or something like that, spirits can definitely shapeshift into like another creature or like you or whatever because they do have some spiritual gifts as well. Just because they're dead does not mean that just because they're dead does not mean that they're not around you because they are a spirit, right? They are a spirit. They are a spirit. Somebody said that they're scared. How about the Illuminati? Okay, I gotta say, for the Illuminati, it actually, you know what I gotta say about the Illuminati? You know how they say that you're selling your soul to like the devil, right? I don't actually believe that you're selling your soul to the devil per se, but I do believe that you're selling your soul to the man above us, right? The man that you're working for. And they're saying they're selling the soul to the devil, but actually it actually means that you're selling your soul to your boss, to your record company. You're selling your soul to the people that signing your contract, right? So I don't believe you're actually selling your soul to the devil, but I do believe that you're selling your soul to the people that's signing the contract to your job, all right? That is selling your soul, all right? That's what it means to quote unquote sell your soul, all right? Um, but yes, Diane, I do believe you that your soul definitely is actually your soul is meant to be belonging to something positive. Your soul is actually meant to be belonging to something better, right? But some people sold their soul to make money. They sold the soul to make a lot of money. They sold the soul to make a lot of abundance, right? But the truth is, to tell you the truth, you know it's crazy. I know you guys might think I'm crazy, or you guys might think that I'm sounding a little bit crazy. But I gotta say, you guys do know that we all sold our soul to like a contract, right? And the reason why I say this is because every job that we end up having, every job that we end up having, we signed our signature on the dotted line. That actually means that we signed our life to fulfill a job. We signed our life to fulfill a job. We signed our life to do work for these people. And I do want to let you know that we're not ever technically free unless we don't work under other people. Once we are free, we are meant to do our own business. We are meant to do our own job. We are meant to live freely, right? That is a way for us to be free. When we are signing a contract to work for something else, for somebody else, that does not mean that we're free. That means that we are under a contract for that situation. All right? So I do want to let you know that we are not technically free. Um like I'm not technically free myself because I'm signing under a contract to teach little kids, but I also have to do my job to make a living, right? So yeah, but um yes, we are still technically, this is a new age slavery. We are living in a new age slavery. We're living in a new age slavery. History may have sort of changed. History may have sort of changed a little bit. However, the slavery concept of working us to the bone is not has not changed. Has not changed. Just because we're doing things differently doesn't mean that slavery has not died out. We're all still slaves to the world, basically, right? But wait, somebody asked me something. Do you believe in heaven or hell? Yes, I do. I believe in heaven or hell. Um, have you guys ever listened to a near death experience on YouTube? I sometimes listen to near death experience on YouTube, and there's a lot of people that die, like they die in the hospital for like a couple minutes, and they said that when they die for a couple minutes, they actually go into sleep mode and they actually visited hell. And a lot of people said that hell feels like fire, it feels like burning, it feels like rotting flesh, it feels like people are screaming in hell, like people want to get out of hell. Because it's true, if you're doing a lot of bad things in this lifetime, you are definitely sent to hell. So that's the reason why I always tell people, hey, try to do your best, try to be a good person, because you may never know where you're gonna go next in your lifetime. Um, and I also believe in heaven as well. Some people did say that when they did die for a couple minutes or for a couple hours, they actually went to heaven and they actually met their loved ones that went to heaven. So yes, there is heaven and hell. There is heaven and hell for sure. Um, Lake Superior Laser said, "What is your skincare routine?" What is my skincare routine? My skincare routine is actually happiness and laughter. You guys might be laughing at me, but it's true. In order for us to maintain a glow, you're actually supposed to be very happy. You're not supposed to be stressed. You're not supposed to be depressed. You're supposed to be living in a calming demeanor or a calming demeanor. We gotta balance your energy. So the more that you stress, the more pimples that is gonna pop in your face. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I stress out in my job, I notice that I start to develop some sort of pimples on my face. But when I'm happy and when I'm abundant, I don't see any blemish in my face. And I do try to drink a lot of water, and I do try to eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, right? But I gotta say that those are actually ways to kind of keep your skin glowing as well. For sure. If you keep yourself happy and you keep yourself balanced, you can make yourself happy. You can have your skin looking glowing and looking young as well. But it can also be genetic as well. I do gotta let you know that because genetics also play a role. But when you're happier, you know how many people want to come towards you and want to give you like an abundance of love. And I do want to let you know this. When I'm in a happy mood, you know how many people want to come towards me and like give me free food and give me um like support at my job and stuff like that is because I'm always happy all the time. And I try not to be sad. You know what? There are times in my life where I am depressed and where I am sad, and there are times in my life where I do want to cry because I am a human being. You know, we all go through times where we want to cry or we want to get mad or we want to punch the wall or whatever, and it's normal. We can do that if we want to. But I always try to put my best foot forward, and I always want to go into work being a little bit more happy and being a little bit more of a ray of sunshine, because every time I go into work, you know what I realize? I realize that there are so many miserable people. There are so many people that don't smile at all, and it makes their work like consuming their life, like it makes like their life is consuming with the dark side, right? So I always try to walk into work, or I always try to walk into the live stream into a happier energy, because I want to make other people feel happy as well. Because the more positive energy you put out there, is a positive energy that's going to come back towards us, right? That's the reason why I always try my best to be happy, because you may never know what the other person's going through. You may never know that. So that's the reason why I always try to be happy. Somebody asked me my age. I am 18. No, I'm just kidding with you. I am in my mid 30s. I'm gonna be 35 in November. I am a Scorpio baby. I am a Scorpio baby. Whoever asked me that, I'm a Scorpio baby. Um, but just be happy, yeah, and live your goals. Do what you gotta do. Do what makes you happy. One thing that I do want to tell you guys is make sure you guys do something that makes you guys happy, because you guys only have one life to live. And the time does not wait for anybody. Time does not wait for anybody, okay? So make sure you're doing stuff that makes you happy. All right? All right, let's see what else. What is my favorite vegetable? What is my favorite vegetable? All right, holy shit. My favorite vegetable is cucumbers and carrots. Cucumbers and carrots are my favorite vegetables. You know what is my favorite fruit? My favorite fruit are peaches. I love peaches. I got my peaches up in California. I got my peaches up in Georgia. What was that song? But my favorite fruit is peaches. I love peaches. I love peaches. I love peaches. Um, Working in healthcare is a lot of people. Yeah, working in healthcare is actually a spiritual career. Now, I do want to let you guys know that anybody that is meant to work in a spiritual, like in a spiritual career, anything with nursing, doctor, teacher, social worker, counselor, therapy, anything like that requires you to balance a lot of your energy, because you're working with a lot of different people. And it can also bring a lot of people's like when you start feeling a lot of people's negative energy, it can also make you feel a little bit down as well. So anyone that works in the spiritual career, you guys always have to balance your energy. All right, I do want to let you know that whether you are a doctor or a nurse or a teacher, professor, anything like that, social worker, you definitely need to balance your energy. Okay, all right. Is someone and you got a Libra moon? No, I don't have a Libra moon. Um, I'm a Scorpio sun. I'm a Pisces moon, and I'm a Libra rising. I'm a Libra rising. So I always like to bring peace and harmony. I always like to dress up for the occasion, because I may never know who I'm gonna bump into. That's the reason why I always dress up. Is because if I'm going to the corner store, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be dressed up for the corner store, because I don't even know if I'm gonna bump into the mayor, or like, I don't know if I'm gonna bump into somebody big going to the corner store. That's why I'm always dressed up all the time. So I'm a Libra rising, but I do have a Pisces moon. My Pisces moon actually makes me very sensitive. It makes me very sensitive. And I also take a lot of people's emotions very seriously. And I also can read other people's vibes before I walk into the room. Like automatically, every time I go to work, I already could feel other people's energy from the jump. And this is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Being a Pisces moon is like an emotional sponge. You are taking a lot of people's energy when you're surrounded by them. And that's the reason why I always try to balance my energy all the freaking time. And now with my Scorpio sun, I am kind of elusive. Like I try to keep my vibes in the background a little bit more. I don't try to be seen often. I try to be like, I let other people shine more than myself. I'd rather let other people shine than I'd rather shine. You know what I mean? With my Scorpio sun, I'd rather do things in the background more. However, with my Libra rising though, a lot of people come towards me because they feel like my energy is a little bit pleasing, and it's a little bit loving or whatever. But at the end of the day, my Scorpio side hates my Libra rising. My Scorpio sun hates my Libra rising. My Scorpio sun all the time tells my Libra rising to shut the fuck up. all the time, because my Libra rising is fighting me to be in a more caring, compassionate nature and to bring peace and harmony. Where my Scorpio sun is like, why should you give a fuck about what other people's going through? You know what I mean? But I'm constantly fighting with myself. My Scorpio side is fighting with my Libra rising and my Pisces moon. Every damn day. Every damn day. It's a struggle, man. It's a struggle, man. Um, what is you guys big three? What is you guys big three, by the way? What is you guys big three? Oh my god, guys, I love this. I love this. Um Ed Pond said, I always attract Scorpio women. I always attract Scorpio women. You know what's crazy, Ed Pond? The Scorpio woman can give you a run for your money. They're gonna give you a good time. They're gonna give you a good time, Ed Pond. Ed Pond, yo, they're gonna give you a good time for Ed Pond. You ever tried it with a Scorpio woman? They're gonna rock your world. They're gonna rock your world for Ed Pond. All right. Let me see what you guys said. Let me see what you guys said. Lake Superior Laser says Scorpio always moody. All right, I'm not gonna deny that for Lake Superior Laser. I'm not gonna deny that Scorpios are kind of moody because and I'm not the type of person that backs up my zodiac sign. I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? I'm a very blunt and honest person, so I don't really, for me, it doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are, but I don't back up my zodiac sign, right? So I'm gonna tell you the truth. Yeah, Scorpios are rather moody. Most of the time, we're rather moody people, and I gotta say, Scorpios are they're very dark, very dark. Every time when they're in the mood, they're very crazy. They're very psychotic. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm not gonna lie to you, there are moments in my life when I was younger, when people done me dirty, I remember it for a very long time. And I've always tried to find ways where I'm gonna get back at them, because I'm just like, you know what? You want to start this shit? I'm gonna find a way to get back at you 10 times worse. Now that is the bad things about Scorpio, is that the vengeance game is really horrible. It's really bad. But you know what? After growing a little bit older, I don't see myself really as a Scorpio anymore. I see myself as a Libra rising. I think after I got older, my Libra rising came up a little bit more. But when I was younger, though, my Scorpio side was on lock. Like, my Scorpio side was really, 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 really playing its game. Like, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, I fucking hated people. I really fucking hated people. My Scorpio side was not playing no games. I didn't smile at people back in the day, and people used to tell my brother. People told my brother too when I went to college with him. They told my brother, like, "What is up with your brother? Why is he so serious? Why is he so mean looking and mean mugging all the damn time?" And my brother was like, "I don't know, but my brother's different from me. I don't know what he's going through." And I never trusted a lot of people, so I just didn't really care about making a lot of friends back in the day. But now it is a little bit different now, because I am a little bit older, so I see things in a different light now. But back in the day, I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit. But my brother, he's a Taurus. He's a Taurus, so a lot of people likes his energy. A lot of people likes his energy. He's the opposite of me, the Taurus, and I'm a Scorpio. And we dorm together is fucking crazy. I don't know. I don't even know how we dorm together. It's freaking crazy because we're the opposite. And we used to have a guinea. We got a guinea pig during college together, and the thing was, it was funny as hell, but he used to bring a lot of girls into the dormitory because we had a guinea pig. And one day I opened the door and I seen like five girls in my small dormitory, right? I've seen like five different girls in the dormitory, laughing and kikiing and whatnot. They're like hee 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 ha ha ha, right? All of a sudden I'm just like, what the fuck? if you bring all of these girls, can you just change the damn garbage can at least? And my brother looked at me like, okay, let me just change the garbage before he gets mad at me, right? Because I'm a really serious person. Back in the day, I was really serious. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys a story too. I got a lot of funny stories. So what happened was back in Oswego when I went to college, when I was dorming with my brother's friend, for whatever reason, came in our dorm room. She rearranged every clothes of my room. She rearranged all of my clothes in my closet. And I came in my room, right, being my Scorpio self. I looked around in my room and I was like, who the fuck touched my clothes? Because I'm just like, I didn't do this, you know? Mind you, I am a very clean person, but I just knew somebody touched my stuff. And when my brother came in, I asked my brother, I said, hey, do you know if somebody touched my stuff? Because why is my stuff, why is my stuff like color coordinated? I've never color coordinated my closet. And then my brother started chuckling. He started laughing. And I looked at him like, what the hell is going on? And he looked at me, he said, oh yeah, my friend came in the room and she has some sort of ADHD or something like that. And she saw that your closet was a little bit messy and she wanted to rearrange it by color. And I was like, but why the fuck is she touching my stuff? She's your friend, not my friend. And the next day she came into our dorm room and she came in and I looked at her and my brother said, "Oh, this is the one that came in our room the other day." The minute he said that, I turned right around and I looked at her straight in her eye and I said, "Were you the one touching my stuff?" She said, "Oh yeah, I just was color coordinating your clothes." I straight up said to her, I said, "Listen, I know that you're my brother's friend or whatnot, but at the end of the day, you should not be coming into other people's room and coordinating other people's stuff. Would you like it if I came into your room and start touching your stuff randomly? No, right? You wouldn't like that. So why the hell are you touching my stuff?" And then she was getting scared. And she told my brother, she goes, yeah, your brother's kind of mean. And I was like, I'm not being mean to you. It's because you're touching my stuff randomly. Why the hell are you touching my stuff? And the reason why she fucking rearranged my whole closet was because she wanted to use my iron. And for whatever reason, she rearranged my clothes. And I said, if you wanted the iron, just take the iron. Don't touch my clothes. That's all I wanted you to know. Don't touch my clothes. And mind you, his friend worked at the dining hall. And when I went to the dining hall next time, she said, I'm sorry that I touched your clothes. I'm sorry. And I'm just like, yeah, next time don't touch my stuff. Don't sit on my bed. My bed is properly made. Don't set your ass on my bed. And I know when somebody set their fat ass on my bed. I know that. So I told my brother, I said, yo, did you have some of your friends sit on my bed? Because I noticed that there's a mark on my bed. Yo, I was a crazy ass person back in the day. I feel like back in the day I was not a very good person. I was actually a really mean person back in the day. But you know what? I've learned through a lot of things, and I think I've come a long way, and I've become a really happier person. But back in the day, yo, I was not a happy person at all. Clinton 1994, she said Capricorn and Libra moon. So, are you really into your work ethic for Clinton 1994? You're really into your work ethic, right? With your Libra moon, I think your personality, you can become a little bit indecisive, a little bit with the Libra moon because it is your inside core. With that Libra moon, it makes you a little bit indecisive. You like peace and harmony and you don't like to ruffle feathers, but there is also a little bit indecisiveness that came in as well. So that's coming in for Clinton 1994, right? Tracy, you're a Libra rising as well. Our late superior laser, you're a Taurus and a Leo. Lake Superior Laser, you're a Taurus and a Leo. So with the Taurus energy, so you are ruled by the Venus sign too. You're ruled by a Venus sign, so I do believe that a lot of people are attracted towards you. You are very balanced as well. I do believe that you may be a little bit slow moving for Lake Superior Laser, but you are the type of person that likes a lot of abundance. You like a fancy restaurant, or you like to eat a lot of nice foods. You like fancy things, and then with a Leo too. A Leo is also a spotlight type of energy. So since you have a Taurus and a Leo, I wouldn't even be surprised if someday you might be somebody known in the future, or somebody that puts yourself out there for with that Taurus Leo aspect. All right. Let's see. No, Ad Pond, why are you running away from the Scorpio woman? Why are you running away from the Scorpios? Yeah, Janice Moses. Oh yeah, Janice Moses. You did say that you were in love with a Scorpio, right? For Janice Moses. Sagittarius rising. All right, for Sagittarius rising, I gotta say, people who have Sagittarius rising is somebody that appears to be a little bit outgoing, someone that appears to like to learn a lot of new things, someone that can be a little bit scatterbrained. And the reason why I said scatterbrained is somebody that likes to learn different things. They like to multitask. They don't like to learn just one thing. All right, with a Sagittarius rising, and with a Sagittarius rising, your with a Sagittarius rising, your aesthetic might be a little bit out there. So your aesthetic may be a lot of, or you may be somebody that likes to like dressing in colors that pops, right? You like to dress in colors that pops. So anything that's different, anything that pops up within your fashion is something a Sagittarius rising is, because a Sagittarius rising likes don't they like to multitask, and their style is very out there. This style is very out there. You know what kind of style I see for a Sagittarius rising? I see as like boho, or somebody like who are the people that likes to smoke weed or smoke a joint? What are those people called? Those people that like to smoke weed in the van or whatnot. What are they called again? Those type of people. Those are the type of people that I see Sagittarius rising. The people that don't give a shit. They just like having fun and being free spirited, right? But Sagittarius people are really fun though to be around. I do gotta say that. Um, let's see. I'm a what? Yo, wait, Lake Superior Laser. Are you really a water trine? If you're a water trine, you really do gotta balance your energy. You do really gotta balance your energy. Okay, all right. You do gotta if you have a water trine, you gotta balance your energy, because you're constantly taking other people's energy as well. All right. Wait, hold on. Growls. Who's a man hoe? Strictly business for you. Who's a man hoe? Who's a man hoe? Um. Oh my. Who's a man? Who's a man whore? Oh my gosh, I color coordinate my closet too, but that's where she did go. Yeah, she went through my fucking closet like she was owning the damn closet or something. I looked at her ass and I said, next time don't touch my closet ever again. Is that clear with you? Is that clear with you? And she was like, "Yeah, I'm clear with that." I was like, "Yo, I was fucking pissed off because I did not like anybody touching my stuff. I am also very territorial, so I'm also very territorial, and I'm also a very jealous type of person too. So if I'm in love with a girl and I really love her, I'm very territorial with the girl I end up falling in love with. Which is probably the reason why I don't fall in love often, because when I do fall in love, I fall in love hard, big time. And that's the reason why I'm just like, yeah, love, I can leave at the back burner right now. Let me just be more concerned about my success right now, because when I do have all my ducks in a row, then I'm going to start a family. I'm going to have a couple kids. You know, I actually want to have one kid, but I don't mind having twins. I kind of want to have a twin for some reason. I don't know. I kind of want to have twins, but I'm getting a little bit off topic because I'm a Sagittarius Mercury. Anyone has a Sagittarius Mercury in here? If you're a Sagittarius Mercury, you're gonna go on tangents. You're gonna go on really weird tangents every now and then because I'm a Sagittarius Mercury. I just be saying some random shit at times. All right, so don't mind me if I start saying some random shit. Um, yeah, or some of the chicks. Wait, hold on. He said that some of those chicks farted on my bed. Wait, what? Oh no. You said some of those chicks farted on your bed for Ed Pond. They probably did with their fat ass. Yo, they probably left an indent and farted on my bed at the same time. And I'm just like, who the fuck sat on my bed? It's just like crazy. Um but yeah, anyways, you guys are seeing me a little bit unfiltered because I'm not actually doing tarot readings right now, but this is actually me unfiltered. So if you guys got to know me, I'm a really actually like funny person. Like I always try to make other people laugh. I always try to make other people smile. Even when I go through a hard time, I still want to make people laugh because that way it makes me feel happy too. So I'm a really fun and free spirited person. Ed Pod, yo, you funny as hell. He said that those chicks farted on your bed. They probably did. They probably did fart on my bed. They probably did. Um, at least my oh wait, let the neighbors smell the for I like to teach. All right, mine have Febreze refill. I'm painting it this month. You sure you're for stoners, that's yes. Anyone who's a Sagittarius rising reminds me of a stoner. Yeah, that reminds me of a stoner. Yeah, that's the vibes that came in. Hippies and stoners. Yeah, you guys are right. Yep, those people. Yeah, Sagittarius rising. Tell me, Ella, what the? I love my old boss at McDonald's, and she was a 19-year-old tourist who made work fun by blasting music and working. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I gotta say that tourist people are very calm for the most part. They're very calm. They're ruled by Venus. Um, they definitely get a lot of attention because they're ruled by Venus. They like comfort. They like nice things. They like abundance, right? Um, let's see. All right, let's see. She should go to work for Marriott. Oh my God. Good night, Alicia. We shall stand up in love and not fall in love. What advice can you give me about this Emmanuel situation? So, I am Shrina. So I'm not gonna do any tarot readings for you right now, but I am gonna give you an advice for I am Shrina. Um, for I am Shrina. All right, this is a tough situation. I know that you may be in love with Emmanuel, right? But I gotta say that if you want to finish like a void or you don't want to regret a situation, I do gotta say that if you want to talk to them for one last time and try to get their like how they feel about you for one last time just to like get the vibes and get the auras and kind of fill out their energy towards you. If you want to talk to them one last time, whether that's like DM, text message, FaceTime, or anything like that, if they're willing to talk to you again, maybe you can do that. That way, if they don't want to love you anymore or they want to tell you that they don't love you anymore, then then they will let you go, and that way you can also move on faster. Okay, for I am Shrina. All right. Um, I think Scorpions are well, you said are Scorpions afraid of commitment? I do believe that most Scorpios are afraid of commitment. I do believe that most Scorpios are afraid of commitment. Now, I'm not just speaking on myself, but I do believe that other Scorpios are afraid of commitment for sure. Um, is we like three sets of twins on my dad's side of the family. I feel like if I were to get pregnant, I would be so lucky for the twin gene. For Ray Spiritual Awakenings, do you want to have twins? For Ray Spiritual Awakenings, do you want to have twins? All right, let's see. Farting on the bed is crazy. All that bacteria. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, Karma Karen says she's a Virgo Sun, a Mercury Venus, and a wait, your Virgo Sun, Mercury, Venus, and rising in Virgo? That's crazy work for Karma Karen. Are you very are you very clean and are you very put together? And are you a perfectionist by any chance for Karma Karen? Because if you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, you might be a perfectionist. You don't like to fail and you like to be very clean and you like to do everything for work. You can also be somebody that is very you can also be somebody that's very giving too. So for Virgo people, they're very giving as well. I do want to let you know that for Karmic Karen. All right. Where in the US are you located? Bless you. I am living in upstate New York right now, but I am originally from a small city called Rhode Island. All right. But I do live in upstate New York right now. So the weather here right now is a little bit muggy. Where do you guys live? And what is the weather like? Ben Superfood, that's why. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. What's up, Soul Collector? How you doing, Soul Collector? How you doing for Soul Collector? How you doing, Soul Collector? All right. Yes, clean perfectionist. Eda633. Do you ever think about the question we asked you after the live or during the day? Yo, that is a good question for Eda633. Um I do gotta say for Eda633, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do think about your readings often. Um and I like to talk to my sister a lot about the readings I've done for other people. And I do gotta say that I talk to my sister and I'd be like, you know what this person asked me today, and what the cards came up for this person, and you know what happened today, and you know what yeah, I definitely do talk to my sister about the readings often. And you know what I always tell my sister, I kind of say this often. I tell my sister, I was like, I get kind of tired of the people that ask the same question all the time because you know how there's those people that who's obsessed with that one person and they're constantly asking about the same people all the damn time, like they're always asking about that same person. And I told my sister, I was like, yo, is it me or is this person really desperate for this person's attention? And the reason why I said that is because this person literally asks about the same person every damn live stream all the fucking time. And I told my sister, I'm just like, I don't know how obsessed this person is, but they literally ask the same question every damn time. And I'm just like, it comes off a little redundant. I don't know like if I should continue this reading or not because they're asking the same question. Um 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 I badly want to remove the stuff from the top of your wardrobe cupboard. I am a minimalist and a neat freak for Czar. Oh, you wanted to move this? You want to move this? You want to move that on my live. You see all that on that cupboard? You see all that on my cabinet? That is actually my lotion, my cologne. I have a I have a big like cologne and lotion collection because I like to go out every day with a different scent every damn day. So I have a lot of cologne and a lot of that situation. I have a lot of that. All right, let's see. I feel like your sister is shocked every time. I feel like my sister's not actually shocked, My sister's not actually shocked because she's dealt with a lot of crazy people in her life too. She's she's dealt with a lot of crazy people in her life, and that's the reason why we're that close is because we dealt with a lot of situations and we kind of like piggyback off of each other about like um that situation, all right? For that situation. Hold on. And then that person was all right, but anyways, so you got stuck on one perfume. All right, Libra vibes. Yeah, Libra. Libra likes the aesthetic and like the colognes and like the lotions and stuff. But yeah, no, my sister's not actually shocked because she went through a lot of crazy shit her damn self. So every time I tell her something about a live reading, she starts laughing about it because that's just how it is. That's just how people are. Um, I have a big collection of perfumes. I gotta stop. You know what? If that's what makes you happy, why not? Why not? If that's what makes you happy, if you want to buy a lot of cologne, if you want to buy a lot of perfume, if you want to buy a lot of clothes, if that's what makes you happy, why not? You know, because sometimes we got to spoil ourselves too. Because when we work hard for what we want, we got to spoil ourselves every now and then. We hope the other person will change their mind or wake up. Can you say if the Knicks win tonight? I already told you, Star Angel Terror, the Knicks will win tonight. Yeah, if you want to spoil yourself, spoil yourself. You said don't encourage your spending. Don't encourage your spending. Now that is some I ain't gonna lie to you, but I have to say when my Libra in the second house, when my Libra in the second house, and I have my Sun, Mars, and Pluto in the second house. So the second house is the house of money, right? And with my Libra in the second house, it actually makes me learn how to save up a lot of money. Because although I want to spend my money on nice things, but my Libra in the second house always tells me to balance my spending habits. So in no way in hell am I gonna spend more money than I make. I always try to make more money than I spend, usually. Because I do have Libra in the second house, so I always try to find harmony with my spending habits. Um I always try to make sure that I am making more money than I'm spending. So I have an actual journal. I have an actual journal, and I write down how much I spend and how much I make as well. Wait, what happened? What smell? What's my favorite scent on a woman? Okay, my favorite scent on a woman is vanilla. I like a woman who sprays vanilla. All right, some vanilla scent. I like it kind of sweet. I like my women sweet. I like them sweet and I like them smelling sweet. Because when they smell sweet, I kind of feel like I want to take a bite out of them. um so yeah, I like my women smelling kind of sweet. I like when it smell like vanilla or cookies. Something about like vanilla and cookies kind of make me a little bit, vanilla peaches. I love anything sweet. I also have a sweet tooth as well. I like to eat a lot of chocolate. I like a lot of chocolate as well. Yeah, I do. I like a lot of chocolate as well. Vanilla peaches. That's crazy. Yeah, vanilla peaches. Um, Wait, the pictures on my wall. Did I make it myself? No, actually, that moon one is actually my older brother gave it to me. And then the line picture I bought it from Etsy, the line picture, and then the 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 bird one, I actually colored that bird picture when I was working in an after school program with my kids, and I posted on the wall. And and then that palm tree picture, I actually bought it because it has a saying on there. So I like anything that brings some sort of enlightenment. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. Hold on. So this is on my wall, right? This is on my wall. Hold on. Because you guys know that I'm a teacher, right? So I have this on my wall. I wake up every morning and I look at this, right? So I have a lot of words of affirmation on my wall because every time I wake up, I always remind myself that it is another day and that I cannot dwell on anything from the past. So every time I wake up, I look at the wall and I see a lot of words of affirmation and I keep moving forward because I cannot be in a stagnant energy. So I always try to have a lot of words of affirmation for myself. No, I actually bought a lot of those stuff. Do you like Dolce& and Gabbana? I do like Dolce& and Gabbana. You know what is my favorite scent right now? Does anybody know of, all right, this cologne guy is actually rather new, but if you guys want to buy something for your boyfriend, you guys might want to check out this guy named Michael Malul. Does anybody know Michael Malul? But Michael Malou got some really good colognes. I got a lot of good colognes from him. And he has a variety of stuff from Michael Malou. That's some really good smell. Really good scent. All right. I also like Versace. So I like Versace Eros. I like Versace. What's that French word? Your fresh. I like anything Versace. I like Dolce and Gabbana. I also like David Beckham. I used to buy a lot of David Beckham colognes as well. So I like a smell where there's a balance between masculine and feminine. I like anything that's a little bit balanced. I don't like it too strong, but I don't like it too weak either. Um, do you follow feng shui when it comes to pictures to place where? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know what's funny too? Thank you for asking that question for Zar. My dad actually comes around my room and he actually kind of places the pictures um places the pictures because he follows by feng shui. And in my room, I actually have a lot of like spiritual pictures. So I do believe that my dad wants to put pictures below like God pictures, right? Because that's kind of like a disrespect if you put any other pictures above like a God picture, right? So yes, I do follow by feng shui. That is a really good question. Um Stopping, wishing everyone a good night. Hey, what's up, asshole by Casey? How are you doing? So, this is how you balance your energy. No, I balance my energy by listening to Reiki. I balance my energy by going out in nature. I balance my energy listening to like calming music, calming subliminals make me be at peace. I also do a lot of prayers. I pray like 3 times a day. So like before I go to work, I pray before I go to work. When I come back from work, I pray when I come back from work. And then when I go to bed, I also pray when I go to bed as well. So I am a very religious and spiritual person. So I do a lot of prayers as well. Read the Bible in nature sometime. Nice. For Lake Superior Laser. That's nice. You read the Bible? You read the Bible for Lake Superior Laser? That's really nice. Is there any way we can follow you on other social media platforms? Oh my god. Okay, I want to tell you guys something. For Yo-Yo. For Yo-Yo, I do want to let you know that I had a lot of social medias. I had different social medias. Um I had um I had Instagram, I had Snapchat, I had TikTok. I had all those social medias. However, I get really bored of social medias really fast and I end up deleting them. I end up deleting them really quickly because I get bored of social media really quickly. So I don't stay on social media for long. My favorite social media, though, I gotta say, is Instagram. I'm not gonna lie to you, my favorite social media is Instagram. And the reason why I like Instagram is because I like to go back to my my photo gallery and look at like how far I've gotten, and I like to look at like a different time of my life, what I was doing at the time and who I spent time with at the time. So I love Instagram. I do love Instagram. If I ever do go back on, I would definitely go back on Instagram for sure. I did forgot my password though, because I haven't went on Instagram for at least 4 years now. So 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So yeah, I deleted my not deleted. I deactivated my Instagram in at least 4 years now. So yeah, the reason why I deleted all my social media too is because at one point when I was in my college career, I went for teaching, right? I went for education. So the one thing that made me delete my Facebook account and stuff was because I was in a teaching program. And mind you, when we was younger, right? When we was younger, we like to have fun. We like to drink, we like to party, right? And I remember when I was younger and when I was in college, my friends would always post me like, drunk, sleeping on the floor and taking a picture of me drinking while sleeping and then having beer bottles around me, right? And now that is not a good look. That is not a good look when you want to become a teacher, right? So I made sure to delete my social media account. I made sure to delete my social media account because it could be bad for your career. Yeah, at Pond, that's true. And I gotta say that also, at the time, there was a page at the school that was following all the teachers in the program. There was a page that followed all the teachers in the program, and they found out that my major was childhood education. So they ended up adding me, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not getting caught. I'm not trying to have any pictures floating of me getting drunk or whatever, or videos of me, drunk. So I ended up deleting my whole social media. That's the reason why I deleted my Facebook in the first place. Um, I deleted I deleted Snapchat because I got bored of it. My Mercury and Sagittarius got bored of it. I deleted TikTok because I got bored of it. And I deleted Instagram. There's a reason why I deactivated Instagram. The reason why I deactivated Instagram was because I graduated with my master's degree, and I flew all the way to Arizona. I flew all the way to Arizona with my siblings, right? And there was a point in my life where I didn't get along with one of my sisters, and I made a post on my Instagram account, and I literally said something in the line of, if you are really my if you were really my friend, or if you were really like my family members and you really did care about me, you would have at least congratulated me, or you would have at least sent some sort of applause or whatever, right, at the time. And one of my sister at the time, me and her did not get along. Me and her didn't get along for a very long time. We just started speaking back in the last 2 years. We just started speaking back, and the reason why I started speaking back to my sister was because my parents kept saying, "Hey, when we pass away, you guys just got each other as a family, right?" And so I started speaking back to my sister because I felt like life is too short to hold on to any resentment. So now I do know that sometimes our arguments can be very petty. And I do know that sometimes I might be in the wrong too. And I take initiative and I take ownership when I'm wrong. Right. But at the same time, my sister has not ever once apologized to the shit that she has said to me. So there was a reason why I deactivated Instagram for a reason. So what I said was, I wrote an Instagram post and I said, you know what? If you were really my family and if you were really my friend, for my family and my friend, right? You should have at least sent like a congratulations or whatnot and, applaud or whatever. I know they didn't have to do that, but I said it out of my own, how I felt. That's how I felt. And so I said it, right? I can't take back what I said. So I wrote a post on Instagram. And then all of a sudden, my sister that I didn't get along with for at least 3 years, she was like saying, "Oh, I think that he was talking about me, and I think that he was saying that I was jealous of him, and I think that he was thinking that he's better than everybody just because he got a master's degree and this and that." She was making all sorts of bogus bullshit when I was on my Instagram. And then after a while, I was just like, you know what? Instagram ain't worth it right now because I could make any post, whether that's about anything positive, and somebody turns that post into something negative, right? They start projecting, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm really tired of this bullshit. I'm really tired of putting myself in a situation where people gotta judge me or gotta say some stupid shit just because they feel a sort of way about themselves. You know what I mean? And so that was the reason why I deactivated my Instagram for a while, because I felt like not a lot of people were really that honest. And I felt like not a lot of people were really looking out for you. They want you to do good, but they don't want you to do better than them. All right. I do want to let people know this. They want you to do good, but they don't want you to do better than them. And that's just how a lot of people are. Regardless if they're your family members or if they're your friends or not, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that blood is thicker than water. I'm sorry to say this, but I do not believe that blood is thicker than water, because you can be born to a family and they may come off to be your worst enemy. All right. So I gotta say that some of my family members, I felt like there was a lot of envious energy on my Instagram account. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take myself out of this equation, and I'm just gonna deactivate my account for a long time. And that was the reason why I got off of Instagram, was because I had a lot of family members and I had a lot of friends that were not really in for it for the positive for me. So I had to take myself out of the equation. And that was the reason why I got off of Instagram for a while. Because I gotta tell you this, just because you're born into a family does not mean that you guys are thicker as thieves. It does not mean that. And let me tell you a story about my sister. There was a time that now I don't want to really talk bad about her, but I'm just gonna share your story. So there was a time where I went with my dad and I went to my younger sister's house, and we was kind of installing an AC in my sister's home, right? And one day we had an argument. And we had an argument about stupid shit all the time. We always have arguments about stupid shit all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are times where I was trying to be petty and I was trying to get one over her and start arguments with her. But at that very moment, I wasn't in the wrong. She kept going on and on and on. And you know what she said to me? She goes, "If you try to come to my house," she goes, "if you try to come to my house and start a fight with me with a pregnant woman, I'm gonna call the cops on you." And I was like, "Are you serious right now? Do you ever believe that your brother will fight you?" I have never fought anybody in my life. I am a lover, not a fighter. I am a lover, not a fighter. And she literally said to me, "I'm gonna call the cops on you if you come to my house. And if you want to fight with me and you want to fight with a pregnant woman, I'm calling the cops on your ass." And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? So just because I've been your brother for 30 something years, and you actually think that I will put hands on you, is fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. So that's the reason why I didn't get along with her for at least 2 to 3 years. For 2 to 3 years. It's freaking crazy. And the only reason why I got along, no, that wasn't the same sister. I have three sisters. I have three sisters and I got two brothers. All right. I got two brothers and I got three sisters. Okay, so there's six of us. There's six of us. Growing up, we were always very close, right? Growing up, we were very close. We're still very close now, but I gotta say that the only reason why I got along with my older sister again was because my mom and dad was like, no, I'm actually the youngest boy. I'm the baby boy of the family. I'm the baby boy of the family, and I have a younger sister. And then my other four siblings are the older ones, right? But I gotta say that the only reason why I got along with my sister again was because my mom and dad was like, oh, when we pass away, you guys gotta be close to each other because you guys only have each other, this, and that. And I'm just like, oh my god, here we go again. Like, why do I have to be the fucking bigger person? Do you guys not see I'm the younger brother? Why do I have to kiss her ass just to make things better for us? You know what I mean? So, you know what I actually end up doing? Because, and you know, I'm this type of person. Regardless if I had a fight with you or not, and if you have kids, your kids does not have anything to do with the fight. I always bought gifts for her kids, regardless if he had an argument or not. I'm the type of person that I will buy your kids gifts during the holidays, during the birthdays. I remember all my niece and nephew's birthdays because I don't have my own kids, so I remember all the birthdays, right? So I'm the type of person that I will buy gifts for the kids, right? Even if I didn't like them at the time, I bought gifts for the kids. And you know what I told my mom? I told my mom that, hey, if I send this money or if I buy them gifts, don't tell them that it came from me. Don't tell them that it came from me, all right? But I always gave gifts to my niece and nephew because they never had a problem with me. I had a problem with their mom and dad. That doesn't mean that I had a problem with her kids. So I treat it as a different situation. Just because I may be mad at their parents does not mean I have a problem with their kids. All right? And I always have a soft spot for kids, and I always have a soft spot for older people because they don't know any better and they don't know what we're going through. So I always had an energy that I always love kids, and I always love older people as well because they don't know any better. And so this is a true story, so I am getting a little bit emotional because it's a true story. Um, I didn't talk to my sister for at least 3 years. For 3 years. And mind you, there was a time in with the situation that I was under her phone contract. I was under her phone contract for a while. And we always get into stupid shit. Me and her never really got along. We never really got along. She's a Gemini and I'm a Scorpio. I don't know what it is, but between a Gemini and a Scorpio, we kind of butt heads all the time. I don't know why, but I don't really. For some reason, I always don't get along with Geminis. Now, I'm not saying all Geminis, but I always butt heads with Geminis. I don't know why. I always butt heads with Geminis, right? Now, my sister is a Gemini, and her fiance is also a Gemini. Isn't that crazy? I didn't get along with both of them, and that's crazy. I didn't get along with both of them. And so she was the type of person that followed her fiance, whatever he did, whatever he said. She didn't have a mind of her own. For a long time, she didn't have a mind of her own. I'm the type of person if I see somebody is wrong, then I'm gonna say that they're wrong, regardless if you're a family member or if you're my friend or not. If you're fucking wrong, then I'm gonna fucking tell you you're wrong. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong, I want you to tell me that I'm wrong. Now, I might be mad at you for a little bit, but I will rethink the situation. I'll be thinking, like, oh shit, maybe I did say something that was wrong. All right, maybe I had to muster up and apologize. Now, I do have to tell you one thing. I came a really long way. I have never wanted to apologize to anybody in my fucking life. I hated apologizing to people. But after I got older, I realized life is too short. Why not apologize to people when you feel like you were wrong? So now, as I got older, I learned that apologies come a long way. So I've always been apologizing when I've done the wrong thing as well. but I always had a hard time of apologizing to people. That is something that I do need to work on. But I have to say, yeah, I was very I can be a very spiteful person, but I can also be somebody that is very cold-hearted at times. When I do get mad at somebody, I really want to cut them off. Like I just really want to block them out of my life. And I'm just like, all right, adios. I'm done with you. I don't want to see you ever again in my life. That's the type of person I am. But now that I'm older, I just feel like, you know what? Life is too short. I can't be living on hate or anger. You know what I mean? And I started learning how to forgive people a little bit more. And I started learning how to apologize a little bit more, right? But I gotta say that my parents were the ones that told me to talk to her. Oh, I didn't tell you the story, right? Listen to me, I'm just rambling on. But I gotta tell you, there was another story. The reason why I also didn't talk to her was because I was under her phone contract at one point, all right? I was under her phone contract at one point, right? It was my sister and my mom was under her phone contract. I was also under her phone contract as well. So I was talking to my mom and my sister. I said, "Hey, did you guys notice that I can't use the internet right now?" And you know what's funny? They said that, "Hey, my internet is fine. I can go on the web. I can go on Google. I can go on YouTube." All of a sudden I showed them, I said, "Is there a reason why I can't go on the phone line or I can't go on YouTube or Google right now?" Come to find out, yo, she took me off of her phone line. She straight up took me off of her phone line. It was fucking crazy. She did not give a shit. She was like, "You know what? If we're fighting right now, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna block your number. I'm just gonna delete you and I'm gonna take you off your phone line." So what happened was she took me off her phone, right? And and you know what's funny too? This is the reason why I gotta say I was a little bit of a spiteful person, and I own up to it. I was very spiteful at the time. You know what I end up doing too? You know what I end up doing? You know what I told my mom? I told my mom and I told my younger sister. I said, "You know what? If you get off of her line, I will pay your phone bill. I will pay your phone bill for you." And you know what ended up happening? I took them both off of her line, and they came on my line, which made my phone bill cheaper, and she got screwed over in the long run because you know what? Since you want to do that shit to me, I'm going to do that shit right back to you, right? Now, I know that that wasn't right of me and I can't own up to it. I know that wasn't right of me, but at the same time, I'm just telling you that we butted heads big time. We butted heads big time. But I gotta say that now I don't um now I don't want to be doing that stuff. Now I don't want to be doing that stuff. Now I don't want to be acting out of revenge. I don't want to be holding on to regret, or I don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? So um yeah, I've come a long way. I've come a long way. And I'm still a walking and learning process, but I have to say that I've come a long way. Um and I do gotta say that the reason why I hated apologizing to people and I hated people in general was because I went through a lot of trauma when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like my cousins bullied me, like they were bullying me about my weight. They were bullying me about like how I like to stay to myself, and they kept making up stuff about me like, "Oh, you're such a weird kid, there's something wrong with you, you can't gain weight, you're always going to be skinny." And yeah, they used to make up a lot of shit about me when I was younger. And I don't really like to share personal life stories to people, but if this life story is able to help other people, I don't mind sharing it, all right? um and there was a time in my life where some of my siblings really straight up said to me that I was really slow and that I would never amount to any success. They have said to me that I was very slow, that I'm very stupid, that I'm an idiot. Yeah, I've gotten plenty of shit called by my name. Okay? So if you are saying that I have thick skin, the reason why I have thick skin is because I went through a lot in my life. So that's the reason why if anyone comes a little bit negative on the live stream, I either try to ignore it or I just try to block them because it's not worth my time and energy. Cause I'm in my 30s now and I went through a lot of situations in my life where I've went through a lot of bullying, and it has caused me to feel a certain way for a very long time, you know? So it is a sensitive topic for me to talk about, but it's also a very healing topic for me to talk about because I got to say that I've never been an extrovert. I see myself as an ambivert, right? And I feel like back in the day I was more of an introvert, but when I grew older, I became more of an extrovert. But I do gotta say that this is very sensitive. But growing up, it was very hard for me, and I grew up in a very poor family. We didn't have nothing, and we were homeless at one point in our life, and we lived in my grandmother's basement. Yeah, we lived in my grandmother's basement. Um, it was a three-story house, and I will always remember this in my life. Um, it was around 2000, it was around 2002. It was around 2002 when we became homeless. So it was around 2002 when we became homeless, and now I'm getting a little bit personal, so guys, don't mind me, all right? I might be a little bit sensitive, but I'm just telling you why, I've come this far. But it was around 2022 where we became homeless. The landlord sold their home and they kicked us out. Luckily, our grandmother lived across the street in Rhode Island, and we were able to live in the basement. Now, did we actually live on a bed? No, we actually didn't live on a bed. We slept on the floor. We slept on the floor. All of us slept on the floor. It was my mom, my dad, me, my siblings, we all slept on the floor. We didn't have a bed at the time. And and I think at the time it was during the World Trade Center. It was during the World Trade Center where something happened in New York City and there was a lot of chaos at the time. And a lot was going on at that time, I remember. And I was about 10 or 11 at the time, but I remembered a lot of things. I remember that my parents always went out to the park and they always went out to the park and I never really know why they was never at home. But I remember my grandmother and my dad got into a really bad argument. They got into a really bad argument and my uncle was actually the landlord to the house, so he let us stay there for a while. However, because my grandmother got into an argument with my dad, that was my mom's mom. My mom's mom got into an argument with my dad, right? And my dad was he was very angry at the time. He was very angry at the time. So he ended up punching the door. He punched the door to their wall. I mean, he punched the door and he made like a dent to the door, right? And my uncle came down and he saw the door and he told us that because we have so many issues in the family, we can no longer with the family. We can no longer live with the family. So with that case, we were homeless the second time. We were homeless two times in our life. Um, Now you guys may not, if when you guys see me on live stream, you guys may never know what I go through. You guys may never know what I go through. You guys might feel like, oh, Loon is such a he's such a hard worker, or he's somebody that's very successful, and um you might see me on live stream, you might assume that I'm very successful and I don't go through a lot. However, No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you guys haven't gone through a lot. I'm pretty sure you guys went through a lot as well. And I understand, right? Because we're meant to meet each other for a reason to build each other up, right? But I gotta say that people always misjudge me all the time. I gotta say that because I am a little bit older, and because I always like to like pamper myself and I always like to buy nice things, people automatically think that I'm from a wealthy family. They like to misjudge me, and they always be like, "Oh, you know, you always look well put together and you're very successful and you look like a really nice person and you look like, you know," and I'm not trying to give myself a big head or anything, but a lot of women have said to me, um "You're so handsome. Why are you not what why don't you have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a wife right now? This and that." And they always like to say because I am dressed really well, they always assume that I am from a wealthy family, but I'm not from a wealthy family. I'm from a really poor family, you know? And we got homeless twice. We got homeless twice. And our journey to New York was not easy. And we got kicked out for the second time, and it was a really hard time in my life, in our life anyways. And we rode a U-Haul to New York State, and I do want to tell you in New York State, the U-Haul broke down at least 5 times. That was a sign. The U-Haul broke down 5 times. By the time we got to New York State, the U-Haul broke at least 5 times before we made it to New York State. Now, if that wasn't a sign from God, then I don't know what is a sign from God. And I do believe that the sign from God is saying that although we went through a rough time, there is a new chapter that's opening up for our life. And you know what? I don't regret anything in my life. I don't regret my upbringing in my life. I feel like that's what made me stronger in my life as well. But I do kind of say that the journey was not easy for the most part. And it's actually really healing to talk about this because for the longest time, I held on to so many struggles and so many traumas that there were times that I like cry myself to sleep at night. Um and this is making me a little bit emotional, but I just got to be a little bit authentic and a little bit real, but I got to say that there were times in my life where I sometimes feel like I am a little lost at times. I still sometimes feel like I'm lost, but I do know that God got my back, and I do know that I am a very successful person as of right now, but I'm still rather lost in my life. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Although my channel is starting to get somewhat successful, and although I am a little bit successful now, but that doesn't mean that I'm fully healed from my trauma. And I do gotta say that talking about this is actually very healing, you know? And I don't really talk about my life because as a Scorpio, we don't really talk about our life a lot. We like to hold a lot of things back. And we try to show up in a very strong character. Like when people see me, they see me as a very confident person. They see me as a very joyful person. They see me as a very happy person. However, they don't always know the struggle that I go through. Um, but yeah, that is my life in a nutshell. And every time that every time I fell in love, every time I fell in love with a woman, it was just never the right time for me. Every time I fell in love with a girl, it's always something blocking me. But I do believe that it is actually divine protection because all of the girls that I fell in love with was actually divine protection because they were actually really good for me. They were not good for me. And I believe that God didn't make it work for me because they know that they weren't good for me. So, yeah, I do have a lot of traumas. I do have a lot of situations that I go through. I do have a lot of shit that I need to deal with, but at the end of the day, I'm being a very authentic person. I'm being true to what I'm going through, and I want to share my life story because I want to let you guys know that just to always be kind to other people because you may not actually know what other people are going through. And I gotta say, doing this channel or doing this live stream was really healing for me, and I do thank you guys for having me share my life story. I do want to let you guys know that. Um, no, I'm not trying to cry. I'm not trying to cry, but it is a very healing thing for me, and I wanted to thank you guys for talking about this story. But I wanted to thank you guys for the success of this channel, and it really made me feel like I'm um I'm a part of something bigger, you know? And I feel like I didn't like sorry, but it feels like I came a long way, and I felt like I found like my soul family. And I do want to thank you guys for sharing this journey with me, and it wasn't easy. And I really learned how to have thicker skin, all right? Um and it was really hard for me to make this channel because um there was a lot of people that when they couldn't get like their readings and stuff, I felt really bad for the situation. And I am the type of person I'm willing to always help other people, you know? And so when I felt like I wasn't doing enough for people, I felt like I wasn't doing my job. And then when certain people, you know, when certain people start sending me like rude messages, whether that's on my emails or on my content, it makes me feel upset because I was actually doing a lot of good things for people. And it was really hard for me to really put that aside and let those negative comments go. But I am stronger and I've grown thicker skin through all the situation, and I am always willing to learn, and I'm not 100% like I'm not a 100% like you know I'm not 100% there. We're not all when none of us are 100% there. But I have to say, releasing my trauma on this live stream is very healing for me, and I appreciate it. Um, but it made me very sensitive for a long time. But thank you. But anyways, I didn't want it to cry, but it's definitely been a really rough journey for me. Um, but yeah, anyways, I hope that you guys learn a little bit something from this live stream. Um, I hope that you learn something from each other. Um, I hope that you learn to love and forgive where you can, because it's not an easy thing to do. Ugh, why the fuck am I crying right now? Yeah, I don't really like, I try not to cry, and I'm not trying to cry, and I am a very tough person for the most part, but I also will show my sensitive side as well because things can get hard sometimes. So I do want to let people know that. But anyways, sorry to be a little bit sensitive, but I hope I'm not like packing out on you guys or anything like that. I hope I'm not doing a little bit too much for you guys. But I hope that this is as much of a healing journey as it is for me, as it is for you guys, you know? Um, and I also want to tell the story because um, a couple weeks ago, um, one of my coworker was asking me, "Oh, how's your family doing?" And I kind of froze for a little bit, and I kind of paused because I'm just like, I kind of paused, and I said, "Are you asking about my family right now? Are you really asking me about my family right now?" Because when I'm at work, I'm only concentrated on work, right? I'm very concentrated on work. I'm a workaholic. So I don't when I'm at work, I only think about work. I don't really talk about any personal things in my life. I like to have fun. I like to be happy. I like to make people laugh. However, there is an energy that there's some things that I don't share towards other people. Um, and I think that it may have struck a nerve for me to talk about my family because my coworker doesn't know, like she doesn't know what I go through, but she's just asking about how my family was. And she asked me, "Oh, so how's your family doing?" And I think I kind of also broke down at work as well. Luckily, it's a classroom where we kind of have the door closed, so nobody really knows what's going on in the classroom. So I have my door shut, and she asked me what happened, how's my family, and I told her a story that both of my parents had a recent heart attack back to back, and then I started crying out of nowhere. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm not this type of person. I don't like to cry in front of people, but it had to come out because it was like a healing thing for me, you know. And my dad had a heart attack 2 years ago during Christmas. He's still alive, very healthy. And my mom also had a heart attack the year prior. And you know what's crazy too? It happened around Christmas. It happened around Christmas time. And both of them had a heart attack around Christmas time. So, um, as a really loving son, you have to look out for your parents, right? So, so as a really good son, you have to look out for your parents, regardless of whatever fight we used to went through or whatever type of disagreements that we went through. We have to look out for our family. So, and within that 2 weeks, we had a Christmas break because remember how as a teacher, you usually have like a week or 2 weeks break. You usually have 2 weeks break off of Christmas time. Guess where we spent our Christmas? In the ER. In the ER. I did not have a good Christmas last Christmas. I didn't. Um, we spent that Christmas in the ER. My parents are okay. They're well. They're taking a lot of medications, but they're doing well. Um, but that situation actually brought six of my siblings closer to each other because we all had love for our parents. And no matter what differences we had, that situation brought us together. Now, it may not have sounded good at the time, but it definitely brought us together. Yeah. Yeah, and I do want to let everybody know, if you are meant to be a spiritualist, and if you're meant to do something spiritual, like a job in social work, or a job with kids, or a job with adults, those type of jobs, the reason why you have those, the reason why you do those jobs is because you're meant to guide a lot of people. You're meant to be a spiritual person. So there's a reason why we met each other. There's a reason why you guys are on this live stream today. There's a reason why we met on this channel, is because we're all very spiritual people. And I do believe that we all have a gift. We all have a talent to guide a lot of other people. We're also meant to guide a lot of the next generation, right? And that's the reason why we that's the reason why we're meant to meet each other, right? There's a reason for that. And now I'm a little of a chaotic person. One minute I'm fucking crying, and then the next minute I'm fucking laughing. So don't mind me, okay? But I definitely gotta say that there's always a reason for us to meet each other, right? Um, but yeah, I gotta say that we are very spiritual people, and I do believe that we're all meant to be somebody big, somebody popular, somebody guiding a lot of people. All right. So I definitely got to say that we're all meant to be doing big things. Don't let anybody say something that's going to let you stop you from your abundance. Don't ever let any experience stop you from your blessings. Because I'm not going to lie to you. With all of this trauma I've dealt with, it actually made me stronger. I never let anything bog me down for long. I may have felt upset at the time, but I always let those situations make me become a better person. When people call me, like, when people said that I was slow, and when people call me like I was an idiot, this, and that, that actually made me stronger. That actually made me prove a point to myself that I'm able to get a master's degree. I'm able to do this for myself. And in hindsight, I may have been upset about the situation or the comment that people made to me, but after I look back on it now, I realized when people made those judgments of me, it made me a stronger person, because if no one had ever made those comments about me, I would have never probably been as successful as I was, because when people make those comments about me, I actually challenge myself every damn day to become a better version of myself. And I'm constantly learning every damn day, because as human beings, we never stop learning. We are learning every single day, okay? All right? All right? But I definitely got to say, yeah, that was them projecting. That was them projecting, right? Marlene said, sing for us before you get off of live stream. Do you really want me to sing right now after crying? Do you really want me to sing right now after crying? I don't feel like my voice is gonna be up to par after crying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't believe that my voice is gonna be up to par after crying. Um, all right, let's see. So, all right. I don't know if my voice is gonna make it. I don't know if my voice is gonna make it. I don't know. Um, but my dad really loves this song. My dad really loves this song. He likes the song by Michael Bublé and Blake Shelton, and it's called Home. It's called Home. So it goes like this. Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I wanna go home. No, maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? I would send them, but I know that it's just not enough. My words were cold and flat, but you deserve more than that. Another winter day, another sunny place. I'm lucky, I know, but I wanna go home. Ooh, I've got to go home. Let me go home. I've had my run, baby, I'm done. I wanna come home. And it feels just like I'm living someone else's life. Feels like I just stepped outside when everything was going right. And I know just why you could not come along with me. But this was not your dream. But you'd always believe in me. Another winter day has come and gone away in either Paris and Rome, and I wanna go home. Let me go home. And I'm surrounded by a million people. I still feel alone. Just let me go home. Let me go home. Let me go home. It'll be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home. Yay. All right. Now, I wasn't in the best voice, but I did sing for you, okay? That was Michael Bublé and Blake Shelton, Home. That was actually my dad's favorite song. That is my dad's favorite song. That is my dad's favorite American country song, by the way. Um, my parents actually really like country music, but I grew up to a lot of pop and R&B music. I grew up in the era of like Joe, Usher, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I grew up in that era of time, so I listened to a lot of R&B and pop music, but I also listen to a lot of country music as well. So remember, I do want to say that music is very universal. So it doesn't matter the language of the song. If it sounds really good, then I do really like the song. So I gotta say that yeah, music is very universal. It doesn't matter what language they're singing in. If it sounds really good, then it sounds really good. Then you really like the energy. So yeah, I gotta say that I listen to like a lot of like R&B, pop. I listen to a lot of country. Um, I listen to a lot of reggae at times. I listen to some soul music. I listen to some jazz music. I also listen to like some Japanese music as well. All right. It's not actually a reading today. It's actually like talking. It's like a meet and greet today. It's actually a meet and greet today. Yeah, music is universal for sure. For you, I haven't really listened to like Bob Marley per se. I haven't really listened to Bob Marley per se, but I do have to say that maybe I should look into Bob Marley for sure. I should look into Bob Marley for sure. But yeah, yeah, music is universal. Yeah. But sorry for the very sensitive live stream. I didn't mean to be sensitive, but I just wanted to tell you guys that my life wasn't perfect. And just because you're seeing me on the other side, and just because you're seeing me that I'm very happy, doesn't always mean that I'm happy. All right? I'm showing you guys my true, authentic self. And that's the reason why I always tell people to be kind towards each other, because what's going on in the world right now is not a good thing, right? And there's a lot of warfare, there's a lot of dishonesty, there's a lot of greed, there's a lot of dictatorship, right? And I believe that we need to spread a lot of love. We need to spread a lot of love because whatever's going on in the world right now, we need love. We need love. And actually, the biggest thing in this world right now that actually brings people together, and I know that people might say this sounds crazy, but the biggest power in the world is actually love. It's actually love. It's actually love. Love is the biggest power in the world, and love is actually the thing that should make people. Love is actually the thing that makes the world go round. But people actually think that money makes the world go round. But actually, even if you're broke and even if you're poor, if you have love in your life, you're actually rich. You're actually wealthy. Yeah. Even if you're poor and if you don't have nothing in your life and if you have love, you're rich and you're wealthy. So mm, just remember that. Just remember that. Even if you don't have money, as long as you have love, you can keep going. Whether you have passionate energy towards a job, where you have passionate energy towards a pet, where you have passionate energy towards your family or your friends, that is love. That is love. Okay? So, regardless if you're poor, regardless if you're homeless, regardless if you're living in a car, if you have love for something, you're still rich. You're still rich. Um, that's what is coming in. But I do gotta say that this live stream has been very, very healing for me. It has been really very healing for me. All right. Let's see. All right. This is not the type of live stream for that. All right. Lives in New York. Let's see. I love and hug my horse babies. Yeah. You have to have love for your animals too. Hey Whitney W. I was actually doing this live stream because somebody did a not somebody, but a lot of people did a vote and they wanted to vote to like get to know each other on the live stream. I do know that a lot of people like live streams about like tarot readings and free card readings and stuff like that. But I definitely want to do a different of a live stream where people got to know each other a little bit more. So that's the reason why I did this live stream for us to get to know each other a little bit more and to actually see like the real side and the authenticity and the life that I went through and to share my life experiences. So if you guys ever went through something, if you guys ever went through something, I want you guys to know that you guys are very strong. You guys are very abundant. You guys can do anything that your heart desires because the star, you can reach the star. You can reach the star. If people have said that somebody cannot walk on the moon at one point and we didn't believe that, well now we know that people can walk on the moon. So if people can walk on the moon now, what makes it think that you guys are not able to do anything else in your life, right? So make sure you guys know that and make sure you guys remember that you guys are able to do anything you put your heart into. All right? But I have to say, for Ed Pond, you're a social worker. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good for you. I really respect you as a social worker. I respect all of you guys. Um, I respect all you guys for what you do, and you guys need to give yourself a pat on the back because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. People need more people like you guys in the world. People need more social workers. People need more people need more nurses. People need more doctors. People need more therapists. People need more mental health counselors, right? People need architects. People need any job is meant for something. Every job is there's a meaning to every job. There's a meaning to every job, okay? I do want to let you guys know that even the people that work at Dunkin' Donuts, Even the people that work at McDonald's, right? You guys have to respect these people. Even if somebody works as a janitor, it doesn't matter. You guys have to respect them because they're doing this to feed their family. They're also doing their job. They may not want that job, however, they're doing it to feed their family, right? And now I've always been the type of person that I've never looked on anybody for their job. Um, but I have seen people make fun of other people who are like janitors and who are people who work at McDonald's or people who work at Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. It doesn't matter what type of job they have. They're working hard for the job. And if we didn't have these type of people, are you guys able to get like the food that you wanted? Are you guys able to get like the drinks that you wanted? Because honestly, if I could stop by Dunkin' Donuts every damn day, I would. I would. Um, but yeah, we actually need these type of people. We need these type of people. And I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if it's the Pisces moon in me, but every time I see somebody do like janitor work or anything like that, I get this energy where I start feeling a little bit sad. Like I'm just like, you know what? I feel a little bit sad because I know that a lot of people like to look down on janitors. I know that a lot of people like to look down on people that don't want these type of jobs, but they're doing it for their living. You know what I mean? And it makes me feel sad of how people judge other people for like the job that they put themselves into. Um, but yeah, um, yeah. Every job means something. Every job means something. Every job means something, and everyone brings something to the table as well. Um, Please, could you share about having a Pisces moon? Miss Shaker Maker, are you a Pisces moon as well? For Miss Shaker Maker, are you a Pisces moon as well? I can share you something about my personal experience as a Pisces moon. As a Pisces moon, I can share you guys my experience. As a Pisces moon is not easy. You know who else has a Pisces moon? You know who else has a Pisces moon? Michael Jackson had a Pisces moon, and Prince has had a Pisces moon. Prince and Michael Jackson had a Pisces moon. People that have a Pisces moon are very sensitive to the energies that are around them. All right. Um, in my personal experience as a Pisces moon, I can't lie to you. I have a lot of deja vu's, or I have a lot of energy where I felt like if I took a certain situation and if I did this situation, I already knew what was going to happen before it happened. I already knew what was going to happen before it happened. So, as a Pisces moon, I had to follow my intuition to make things right. However, there were many times that I blocked my own intuition and I did the wrong thing because there were times in my life where my intuition told me my intuition told me not to my intuition told me not to say certain things and I broke my intuition and I went to tell and say something to this person and I knew the outcome but I broke and I steered away from my intuition. And I gotta say, as a Pisces moon, the intuition is very strong. The intuition is very strong. And we get a lot of deja vus, we get a lot of dreams. When we pray to God, when we pray to God about some sort of situation, we end up dreaming about the situation and we may end up getting the messages for what may happen the next day as a Pisces moon. And I gotta say, as a Pisces moon, it is a blessing and a curse at the same time. It is a blessing and a curse at the same time. And the reason why I say a Pisces moon is a blessing and a curse at the same time is because as a Pisces moon, we can heal a lot of people. However, we can also feel drained many times. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I love my sleep. I love my sleep. The reason why I love my sleep is because when I do a lot of these tarot readings and when I meet a lot of people outside of work, my energy starts getting drained and I need my battery charged. So I'm constantly sleeping because I honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I like sleeping more than eating. I like sleeping more than eating because sleeping makes me feel like I'm in like in a whole nother world. When I'm sleeping, I'm in a whole nother world. I'm in a whole different galaxy. So that's an energy of a Pisces moon. We're very we're very in our own little world. And it definitely gets exhausted. And I get really exhausted most of the time. Um I also have a lot of health issues as a Pisces moon. I also have a lot of health issues as well as a Pisces moon. I do. I do have a lot of health issues as well. Um, for Miss Shaker Maker, Aquarius moon. As an Aquarius moon, you like to do things that are very unconventional. You like to do things that are out of the grain. You like to do things that are different from other people. For Miss Shaker Maker. For Miss Shaker Maker, I gotta say, with an Aquarius moon, you like to do things you like to do things differently from other people, from a shaker maker. So I do believe that you're very unconventional in the way you do things. You like to break the rules from a shaker maker. And Aquarius moon is somebody that likes to break the rules and somebody that finds success by breaking the rules, okay? From a shaker maker. I do want to let you know that. All right? All right. For Ed Pond, you said that you're a Virgo and your moon is in Cancer, and your rising is in Sagittarius, so you are a free spirited energy. For Ed Pond, you are a very free spirited energy. You like to have fun. You like to learn different things. All right, and with your Cancer moon, you can also be a little bit sensitive as well. However, I do believe that you are a little bit closed off at times. You don't like people knowing your feelings as well with the Cancer moon. With your Sun and Virgo, you're somebody that's your personality can come off a little bit structured, a little bit organized, a little bit of a perfectionist. For Ed Pond, I do want to let you know that. Um, your Venus in the 10th house. You know what that means, Ed Pond? Your Venus is in the 10th house. The 10th house is the house of career. The 10th house is the house of career. You know what that actually means? When Venus is put in the 10th house, that actually means that you have a lot of abundance in your career. It doesn't matter if you quit a job, you can find a job probably the next day because you have a Venus in the 10th house. Because you have the Venus in the 10th house for Ed Pond, that's a blessing in disguise with the Venus in the 10th house. Because having the Venus planet or in the 10th house, that is going to bring you a lot of abundance with careers. You are going to be meeting the right career at the right time. Or if you end up quitting a job or losing a job, you are going to find a job really quickly with that Venus in the 10th house. Anybody that have a Venus or a Jupiter in the 10th house, I gotta say, you guys are gonna have a big promotion or big raise in your job or in your career. So anybody that have a Venus or a Jupiter in your 10th house, that is really good for you. That means that you guys are going to be blowing up in your career. That could also mean that you may be becoming a star as well within your career. If you have a Venus or a Jupiter in your 10th house, you can become a star. All right, I do want to let you guys know that. Um, I have Venus in my first house. I have Venus in my first house, and the reason why people now I know why. I've always wondered why people like to come towards me, even if I give people like a mean mugging face or if I try to scare people away. I always wonder why people are still attracted or come towards me. And then I found out the reason why people still come towards me, even though I want to push people away, is because I have the planet Venus in my first house. My Venus is in the planet of self. And that's the reason why people are still drawn towards me. Even if I push people away, there are people that still wanting my energy. I don't know why. but that Venus in my first house have made me some sort of like, I don't know, kind of like a chick magnet. I don't know. It's something like that, I gotta say. But yeah, I have a Venus in my first house. Scorpio 11801, you have a Pisces moon. Damn. Pisces moon is really hard to deal with. Pisces moon is really hard to deal with. Fashionista, I gotta say, if I didn't end up doing tarot readings, I would have did birth chart readings because I am also learning birth chart readings on the side. I may be doing tarot readings right now, but I'm in the future I may expand to birth chart readings in the future. But as of right now, I'm really focused on tarot readings right now. But in my future, my hobby is working on birth chart readings. Um but for fashionista, you said that you are Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Holy shit. You have a trine in Aquarius. So if you have 3 planets in Aquarius, that means that you have a trine. So for fashionista, you're meant to break the rules. You're meant to start a family legacy that is different from your family. That's coming in for fashionista. So for fashionista, if you're from a family of like doctors or nurses or anything like that, you're meant to break out of that tradition. You're meant to do something else that is going to be known for being yourself, being your authentic self, breaking the rules. Okay, that's for fashionista. All right. Ray's spiritual awakening said, "I am a Scorpio Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Aquarius rising." All right, for Ray's spiritual awakenings, you said you're Scorpio Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Aquarius rising. So I feel like for Scorpio, for Ray's spiritual awakening, I do believe that you may be really stern, you may be very organized, you don't trust a lot of people, you may be observing a lot of people with that Scorpio Sun. The Capricorn moon can bring you a lot of abundance. It may feel like you are a little bit structured. You are very concerned about your job for Race Spiritual Awakenings. I do believe that your Capricorn moon makes you a really structured person and rigid person. You may come off a little bit cold-hearted at times, but it's because you're very structured. You're very organized. And with your Aquarius rising, you may come off as somebody that people may have never really met before. Your aesthetic is something that people are not accustomed to with the Aquarius rising. All right, that's for Ray Spiritual Awakenings. And then Shirley Madore, I am a Virgo Libra cusper. So I gotta say with that Virgo Libra cusper, I gotta say that you might share the traits of a Libra, and you might share the traits of a Virgo for Shirley Maduro. So that means that you might be a perfectionist, but at the same time you want peace and harmony with other people for Shirley Maduro. All right, you don't know a lot about it, but you do. Did I say that? Did I say I don't know about a lot about astrology? I don't remember saying that. All right. No, okay. So I may not know too much about astrology, but I have been studying a lot on birth chart readings and on astrology. I have studied a lot for astrology, for sure. Um Blessing said she has Venus. Oh no, Ray Spiritual Awakening said Venus in the 12th house for Ray Spiritual Awakenings. Venus in the 12th house. I gotta say, with Venus in the 12th house, you are also meant to do something spiritual for Ray Spiritual Awakenings. Have you opened up to like a spiritual gift yet for Ray Spiritual Awakenings? You might be able to read someone's future, or you may also be a tarot reader as well. You can also be a healer. You can also be a Reiki healer as well for Ray Spiritual Awakenings. With that Venus in the 12th house, the 12th house is actually the planet of Neptune. It's the planet of Pisces. It's the planet of dreams. It's the planet of spirituality. So I gotta say for Ray Spiritual Awakenings, because you have Venus in the 12th house, it actually means that you're actually meant to be doing something spiritual for Ray Spiritual Awakenings. I do want to let you know that. For Ed Palm, what can you say about a Virgo dating a Capricorn? So a Virgo and a Capricorn is both Earth signs. So I do believe that both of you guys are gonna ground each other. All right, and the Capricorn is very good at making money, and the Virgo is also good at making money. So the Virgo and the Capricorn is actually a really good match for Ed Pond. Both of you guys are gonna balance each other's energy because both of you guys are more concerned about your job. I do gotta say that Capricorn is very stern though. They're a workaholic. With Virgo though, I do believe that Virgos are also very romantic at heart, but they don't always show that. Capricorn, in another sense, is not that romantic as compared to a Virgo. I do want to say that, but both of you guys are an Earth sign. You guys can balance each other out for Ed Pond, all right? You should. I need a birth chart reading. I do want to. I do want to start doing birth chart readings. Actually, RID Taurus, Sun, Pisces, Moon. What is Venus in Aries? All right, for RID, you said Venus in Aries. Venus in Aries. So Venus in Aries is somebody that, you know how the planet of Venus is your love language, right? So if you have Venus in Aries, your love language is, you like somebody that's very bold. You like somebody that's very direct. You like somebody that will sweep you off your feet. You like somebody that takes initiative in a relationship for RID. So when you have Venus in Aries, you like somebody that's a go-getter. You like somebody that don't like to wait for nothing. You like somebody that if they want love with you, you want that person to tell you and to let them that person sweep you off your feet. You like somebody that is very into the goals and very fast moving. You're somebody that don't like a boring person with Venus and Aries for RID, okay? And you like it hot and spicy. With the Aries and Venus, you might like somebody that is you might like somebody that's a little bit rough with you in the bedroom. Cause that actually with Venus and Aries, that's a rough energy. Okay? For RID. For RID. Um is here to get to know each other. All right. Blessing said, I am a Cancer moon. You know what's crazy? I made coffee, but I haven't drank coffee as of right now. Hold on. All right, let me just drink my coffee right now. Mm. All right. So I am getting to know you guys a little bit more. I love you guys. Um, I will end this live stream at 11. I'm gonna end this live stream at 11. But if you have any other questions about like spirituality, or you have any other questions about birth charts or houses or anything like that, I can try to answer whatever you might have. Whatever question you might have. All right. Um, but all right. Let me just see for blessings. What's coming in for blessings? I'm a Cancer moon and wait, I'm a Cancer sun and a Scorpion moon. All right, for blessings. So, as a Cancer sun, you may come off as very motherly. You may come off as somebody that have a lot of wisdom. Don't be surprised for blessings if a lot of people come towards you for advice, because as a Cancer sun, you may come off very motherly. Don't be surprised if you also have a lot of kids, or you might want to have a lot of kids, or you are surrounded by children. You may be working in a job with children as well for blessings, okay? With that Scorpio moon is saying that you are a little bit secretive. You don't like to show your emotions. You don't like to show your emotions that well. All right, with that Scorpio moon. You also can be very spiritual as well with that double water that came in for blessings. All right. Damn, you're a master number 11. You know what's crazy? Blessings. I'm also a life path 11. I'm also a life path 11. And if you're a life path 11, you're actually meant to be a leader, and you're actually meant to guide a lot of people, and you're actually meant to bring peace and harmony with people for blessings. That's coming in for you, all right? Shirley Madore said, Shirley Madore said, what does your Aquarius moon mean? So for Shirley Madore, so your moon is actually your personality. So with your moon in Aquarius, you are meant to break the rules. You are meant to be unconventional. You are meant to do things that are different from other people. So if people see you as kind of weird, is because your moon sign is in Aquarius. But you are meant to be weird in a positive way. You're not meant to follow the crowd. Okay, for Shirley Madore. All right. right? It's for Shirley Medora. All right. For Zara 1128, for Zara 1128, you had a Venus in Cancer. You have a Venus in Cancer. So, a Venus in Cancer is you like somebody that have like a motherly quality. You like somebody that's very giving to children. You like somebody that gives a lot of people good advice. You like somebody that appears to be mature, appears to have a lot of wisdom. For Zara 1128 with a Venus in Cancer. All right. Oh, blessings. You have Capricorn husband. So maybe your husband's rather organized for blessings. Your husband may be organized. And then your son is a Cancer. He may be kind of sensitive when he grows a little bit older. Damn, if you're a life path 11, you're meant to guide a lot of people in this lifetime. And you're meant to bring a lot of peace and harmony towards other people if you're a life path 11. Life path 33, that's also actually a master number as well. Life path 33 is somebody that's a builder, somebody that's meant to invent a lot of new things for Zargum to 8. So if you're good with your hands or you're good at inventions, you may be inventing something new, and it might bring you a lot of abundance for Zargum to 8, all right? Um, Clinton 1994, you're life path 7. Life path 7. I don't really know too much about the life path 7. However, the number 7 is really a good luck charm. Is really a good luck charm. With the life path 7 is a really good luck charm, I believe. Because the number 7 in the biblical sense, the number 7 is a really lucky number for Clinton 1994. Life path 5. I don't really know too much about life path 5 either, but I gotta say life path 5. The number 5 is like the Leo house. With the Leo house, the life path 5, you're meant to shine. You're meant to be like a star of some sort. You're meant to be putting yourself out there with the life path 5. All right? Because that reminds me of a Leo number for life path 5. In order for you to find your in order for you to find your life path number for Shirley Medor, in order to find your life path number, you need to calculate um your birth month, your birthday, and your birth year. And if you get a double digit, you add the first number and the second number together to get a single number. If it ends up adding to 11, 22, or 33, do not decrease the number. That is a way to find your life path number. All right? Yeah, I think life path 5 is some sort of freedom for sure. And it's meant to be shining as well with the life path 5. I feel like life path 7 is something lucky too. Cause 11 7 the number 7 in biblical sense is a very lucky number. So that could be it as well. All right. So I do want to ask you guys, the um did you guys like the normal live stream? Did you guys like getting to know each other? Or did you guys just like the tarot readings? Did you guys like the live streams of getting to know each other? Or did you guys just like the tarot reading live streams? So you guys tell me, what do you guys like? All right. So I gotta say, do you guys do you guys want to do you guys want to do a live stream? Do you guys want to do a live stream of getting to know each other or like talking about spirituality and talking about life every like Saturday night? Do you guys like that time or what time do you guys like to do these type of readings? So do you guys like this live stream? Do you guys like to get a little bit personal? All right. So Do you guys vote that we do a personal live stream every Saturday night? Would that work for you guys? Every Saturday night? For every Saturday, having guests join your live stream. Have you thought about having guests join your live stream? I actually thought about having a guest join on my live stream. You know what's crazy for Ed Pond? I'm glad that you asked this question. There was a tarot channel by the name of Arcane Soul Tarot. She has actually asked me to collaborate with her on a live stream. However, I didn't know how that worked in the long run. I didn't know how to work like a joint live stream. But I definitely would love to work with her in the future. There is a tarot channel by the name of Arcane Soul Tarot who asked me to collaborate with her on the live stream. I believe in the future I will want to collaborate for sure in the future. I've never done that though before, so I'm a little bit scared, a little bit nervous, but I've never done a collaboration before. But I would love to. I would love to. Actually, if I ever did a tarot reading for somebody, I actually want to invite a guest that actually does birth chart readings. That would be good. Wouldn't that sound really good? If I do live streams for tarot and the guest actually do a live stream for birth chart readings, wouldn't that sound really cool? I think that would sound really cool. I actually know somebody that does birth chart readings. I do. Maybe I'll invite him to do a collaboration on the live stream someday. Oh, and I can also do guys, you guys gave me a lot of ideas. I can also do a guidance. I can also do a collaboration with a Reiki healer and while me doing tarot readings as well. Wouldn't that be cool to do? Wouldn't that be cool to do? Yeah, you guys gave me a couple of ideas now. This is what I'm gonna do in the future. I'm gonna start doing some collaboration live streams. So I might end up doing more live streams at me doing tarot readings, and I might end up getting I might be getting somebody that does Reiki healing on the side, and then there may be some times where I'm gonna do a tarot reading, and then I'm gonna get somebody on the side that does birth chart readings for you guys. How would that sound? Would that sound really cool? Would that sound really cool? I think I would do that. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, I think that would be really fun. I was invited to another terrorist channel. It was pretty interesting. That was really cool. Yeah. How much do you charge for a birth chart reading? Um, I actually don't do birth chart readings. I'm still learning right now. But I'm still learning birth chart readings, but I do know this guy that's really good at birth chart readings. He was on my live stream before. I'm gonna probably email him. I'm gonna email him to be a guest on my live stream someday. And I will also email this other girl that does Reiki healing as well. I'm gonna email her as well, just to see if they are willing to collaborate, because that will probably help you guys out a little bit more. Yeah, yeah. But so I think from now on, do you guys what time do you guys want to do these personal live stream? Do you guys want to do it at around 9 p.m., 8 p.m. on Saturday nights? What do you guys like to do? What do you guys like to do? I don't think anybody. Yeah. Do you guys want to do it at 9 p.m. on Saturday nights, or what time do you guys want to do? 7:50 p.m. Pacific time here. Wait, where's 7:50 Pacific time? You live in the West Coast? All right. How about I do a personal live stream at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Saturday nights. How about that? 8 p.m. Saturday nights. Yeah, 8. All right, I'm gonna do my tarot, not tarot readings. I'm gonna do my personal I'm gonna do personal readings 8:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern time to get to know each other a little bit more. All right. So I do believe that that might be good for me. All right. Oh, so that would be good for me. That would be good for me. It's actually 10:50 right now. It's 10:50 in the East Coast right now. It's 10:50 right now for the East Coast. So yeah, around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I will be doing a personal live stream for you guys. So anything you guys want to talk about, we can talk about, okay? All right. You guys just gave me a good idea. So I am gonna email my friend to collaborate with me on birth chart readings. And I am gonna also do a collaboration with a Reiki healer as well. No, I actually don't know anything about Vedic astrology. I don't. I don't know anything about Vedic astrology. Is that the one based in India? In India? Is that in India, by the way? Yeah, I've never paid attention to Vedic astrology. I'm more into sidereal. How do you figure out your Venus and Jupiter? How do you figure out your Venus and Jupiter? So what you can do is you can go to you can probably do astro charts or you can probably do cafe astrology. So for Shirley Madore, if you want to Google birth chart readings or natal birth chart readings for Shirley Madore, you can put your time, you can put the place that you're born, and you will find out what your Jupiter and what your Venus is in, and you can also find where your house is at too. So you can do that on astro charts, or you can do that on cafe astrology, or you can do that on astro theme or astro charts. All right, that's how you can find your Jupiter and Venus. Okay, all right. All right, I am probably gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna call it a night today. Sorry guys for a very sensitive live stream, but I do really appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys find this live stream as healing as I did. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Blessings to you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern. Huh? Blessings said, what signs do you say is good for the 10th house? Um, the 10th house, what is good for you? Jupiter and Venus is actually good for the 10th house. I do believe that Mars can also be good as well, but this can also be a tiring energy as well. But I say Jupiter and Venus is the best plans for the 10th house. Jupiter and Venus. The sun can also be good for the 10th house as well. When you get to know astrology a little bit more, is really interesting. Is really, oh, I do want to share you guys something. All right, before I end this live stream, hold on guys, I do want to share you guys something before I end this live stream. If you guys want to know anything more about your birthdays, I got something for you. Hold on. All right, hold on. Guys, stay right there. I do want to share you guys something. All right. All right, don't leave, guys. Don't leave, guys. All right, so I just wanted to share you guys something, right? If you guys were ever interested in like your birthday, I actually got a book that tells you your personality based on the birthday that you have, right? So this is really cool. This is really cool. I got a book called The Secret Language of Birthdays. I got this on Amazon and it's really cool. Like it says what type of person you are. It says what type of person you are. So let's say I was born on November 16th, right? I was born on November 16th. So I bought this book, right? And it really tells you like the numbers and the planets and your tarot card and your health situation and the advice that you will get, right? And because I'm born on November 16th, hold on. Look what it says. November 16th is the day of the boss. The day of the boss. The numbers and the planets for November 16th is the number 7. The tarot card that came up for November 16th is the Tower. So the Tower is what is my card for the Tower. And then it tells you your health and it gives you an advice. So my advice for November 16th is always keep the interests of others in mind, act responsibly and exercise your authority wisely. Do not give in your power urges. Watch out for sabotage, but don't get paranoid. Remain both calm and alert. So isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Yeah, I bought this book a while ago, but I really, really, really love this book. I really love this book. Really love this book. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna quickly give you a little bit of an insight on a book for your birthdays, and I'm gonna have to end this live stream really soon. Okay. All right. So wait, hold on. September 23rd. September 23rd. Let's see. September 23rd. September 23rd is the day of the breakthrough. The day of the breakthrough. Your advice is saying it will be most important for you to make use of your downtime. During such periods you can get in touch with what is working and what holds you back. Ready yourself for life's battles beforehand. Being prepared is the key for Shirley Madore. All right, Clinda 1994, December 26th. December 26th, let's see. Excuse me. All right, what's coming in for December 26th? December 26th. 26th. The day of the indomitable one. The day of the indomitable one. Your advice is keep open and maintain flexibility. Don't be afraid to admit you were wrong. Do not demand absolute allegiance. Such an attitude only arouses resentment. Remember your family and colleagues. Don't harden your heart. For Clinda 1994. January 12th. January 12th. All right, I'm gonna have to get my ass in the shower very soon. All right. January 12th, the day of the wild call. The day of the wild call for January 12th. It says your advice is pay more attention to your personal life and maintain a strong ethical code. Remember to listen to others. Beware of arrogance and condescension. Don't go off the deep end professionally. Your work is only one part of your life. For January 12th. That's coming in for January 12th. May 7th. What's coming in for May 7th? Let's see. What's coming in for May 7th? Let's see. What's coming in for May 7th? What's coming in for May 7th at this time? What's coming in for May 7th at this time? What's coming in for May 7th at this time? All right, for May 7th, it says the day of devotion for May 7th. Accept yourself as you are, focus less on the past and attend to the next phase. Don't get carried away by your beliefs. Take rest periodically, let up a bit in your demands. That's coming in for May 7th, all right? September September 22nd. September 22nd. All right, let me see. Let's see what's coming in for September 22nd. What's coming in for September 22nd? All right, what's coming in for September 22nd? All right. For Ed Pond, what's coming in for September 22nd? Your birthday actually means the day of restless drive. Don't despise those who are more open and gullible than yourself. Get in touch with your own innocent nature. Try not to box yourself into one kind of outlook. Give yourself time to dream and to recharge. That's for you for Ed Pond. All right? That's for you for Ed Pond. All right. All right. So that was for Epan. All right. My last person that I'm gonna read for their birthday is Tea Tree. And I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta get my ass in the shower, guys. You guys are gonna think that I'm crazy, but at nighttime, I actually spray myself in cologne after a shower because I love smelling myself. I love smelling really good when I go to sleep. So, um, I spray my bed with cologne sometimes just to go to sleep. That might sound a little bit weird, but that is like my perks. I like to always smell good all the time. All right, let's see. Let's see. You said January 12th. Miss Shaker Maker, January 12th. All right, January 12th for Miss Shaker Maker. Hold on. All right, January. Hold on. Let me just put this back like this. All right, January 12th for Miss Shaker Maker. What's January 12th? January 12th? The day of the wild call. I just did a reading for you. The day of the wild call. Pay more attention to your personal life and maintain a strong ethical code. Remember to listen to others. Beware of arrogance or condescension. Don't go off to the deep end professionally. Your work is only part of your own life. For January 12th, March 29th, March 29th. All right, for March 29th. Oh, I also want to say this book also tells you about cusp as well. So if you're ever a Virgo Libra cusp, it will tell you a Virgo Libra cusp as well with this book. But March 29th, March 29th. What's coming in for March 29th? March 29th. March 29th is the day of the observer, the day of the observer. It says, don't impose your belief systems on others. Not everyone agrees with you. Beware of arousing antagonism. Push yourself more toward achievement. Work on those oddities of character that hold you back. Don't just revel to them, okay? For March 29th. July 16th. For July 16th. For July 16th. The day of the rising tide for July 16th. Calm down, allow your feelings in easy expression, and don't repress them. Direct your passions in positive, non intrusive ways. Learn not to antagonize or turn others off. Don't don't use wishes as an excuse for inaction. Remain positive but not overbearingly so for July 16th, all right? All right, Tea Tree, August 14th. August 14th. August 14th for Tea Tree. August 14th for Tea Tree. The day of the mortal mirror. The day of the mortal mirror. Advice. Apply your understanding of the human condition to your own life. Turn a mirror to yourself. Evaluate your personal processes and monitor them regularly. Do not lose your spontaneity, but moderate it. You can change yourself if you want to. That is for Tea Tree for August 14th, okay? For Leo. All right. So if you guys ever want to buy this book, you can find it on Amazon. It's called The Secret Language of Birthdays. It will tell you like a cusp, it will tell you your season, it will tell you what you're working on your birthday, and it will tell you your personality, and it tells you like it will give you advice, it will give you a tarot card as well. So it's called The Secret Language of Birthdays. And this is actually a top seller. It has sold 1 million copies. 1 million copies. All right. So that is for you guys. If you guys want to know anything more about your birthday. And also it can also help with astrology as well because it does give you some cards and stuff like that, all right? All right. So I got to get my ass in the shower. I will come on live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for joining my live stream tonight. I hope it wasn't too much. I hope that you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you guys are. And I will be doing personal live streams every Saturday night. Okay. All right. Blessings to you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Okay. Peace out.